That's raspberry?
Mm-hmm. Peace, y'all.
So what's up, y'all? Come on in. Y'all come on in, y'all. Shut it live. Let's talk about it. Ain't too much new, y'all. We just laying the foundation. Are we voting? Hell no. Hell to the no. Hell no. No to the no. This all vote right here. What we doing? Why vote? Like we doing something that don't really have to. You know, like I said, you know, everything is really, y'all, just a game. And the world is waiting for our takeover. That's what the world is waiting for, y'all. We know, if you think Trump is fit to run a country, if you think Kamala is fit to run a country, then we are fit to run a country. You know, it's a lot of things that they don't even care about. You know, so like I said, we just, this mind frame, that's why I say the foundation to having this mind frame is simply what we speaking. We giving the foundation that we should be standing on that really makes us understand we have the power to govern ourselves. We have the power right now to govern ourselves. You know, so why would I be worrying about a president election? This country, we finna be above the law. You see what I'm saying? That's what kind of, and like I say, people, you know, they have really tricked us into I would call it the economy effect. You know, everybody is living for the economy, but a government create the economy. A government raise prices, a government drop prices, a government print money. I don't think y'all understand these things. If money, if the world was about getting money, then how can the government print? The government prints the money, y'all. So if the government prints the money, then I don't need to make money. My life shouldn't be revolved around making money. I could just create a government. I could print money. I could print how much money I want. They do it. So like I said, these things, y'all, we haven't, it's hard for us to get on that foundation because either we've been indoctrinated with what? Religion. Idol worship. And see, this is what idol worship just got you basically giving homage to something that ain't doing nothing for you. You know, and that's why Jeremiah called them mute idols. They can't save themselves. The Bible can't save itself. Jesus, the picture on the wall, can't save itself. None of these things. So, like I said, y'all, end of the day, we talking government talk, and we just trying to get y'all to hear us. Government talk.
Yep. They going food for the dollar.
Hard. You know, and government talk, y'all, is just how we set our people free. Just simple. That's how we able to bring resources with a government. How many people got small groups that's taking care of things, but it's not solidifying what we really need. See what I'm saying? It's not bringing we need full substance. God ain't gonna halfway heal us. God ain't gonna halfway fix the problem. You know, God ain't gonna put a band-aid on something that needs surgery. And when it comes to the moves we have to make, y'all, yeah, we got to cut this open. We need surgery. We got to pull out some stuff. You know, and like I said, that's what the government can provide. And I think we're not having enough of it. Well, I know we're not having enough of this talk, because what is everybody doing?
Just complaining. You know.
About the problem, huh? Everybody talking about the problem. Everybody talking about, oh, what Kamala gonna do when she get in office? What Trump gonna do when he get in office? What we gonna do when we take over? That's what we should be talking about. That's why you think, y'all, now the election, the president election has become so much now. And then, like, they've been kind of hyping it up. But y'all, what have a president ever done for us? Let's just be honest. Like, y'all, so we are so broken, we gonna lean on politicians now? That's how broke we is. We gonna lean on politicians now. We rooting for a politician to help us. That's how we count on the president. They done beat us down so bad. Y'all, this a show, y'all. This a show to keep you entertained, because as long as you entertain, you always be detained. And that's what America have us. They create entertainment. We're not trying to entertain. We damn sure not entertainers. You know, and even people who spread information, they have become entertainers. They just entertain you with information. That's all people doing. They don't have a purpose. Why are you talking? What's your purpose? Oh, I want to enlighten people. Enlighten people about what? Everybody know America bad. America know they bad. Shit, everybody know that. Like, okay, now what? What you gonna keep talking about the bad things? Well, now it's entertainment now. Now it becoming entertainment. You entertaining people about the bad news. And that's what people want us to do. And that's why I say, when it comes to a movement, you got to do. You heard what I said? You have to do. So we coming to our people saying, look, this what we got to do. This what you got to do. Everybody saying no. Just entertain me with more bad news. First it was R. Kelly, then it was Bill Cosby, now it's Diddy. What next celebrity is going to be? That's what we want, entertainment. Entertainment about bad news and drama. And see, this is how they started us with the stories. You know your mom and them used to watch the stories. Like I told you, the generation of television. The people who was born in the 50s. That's when television really came out. And what all our parents used to watch. Your mom watch the stories?
Well, Lifetime stories.
No, the stories. It was the white folks. It was called the stories. You had y'all remember the stories? They had another word. It was the stories, and there was another one. Y'all remember? Soap operas. Yeah, soap operas.
Oh, soap operas. Yeah.
Yeah, the stories. We used to call it the stories. Now, this was the first stuff to what? Drama about people's lives. The husband cheating on this, and the woman cheating on the husband, and she sleeping. All this drama, just entertainment. Young and the Restless. There you go, Young and the Restless. Yeah, that's how they start training like I say, the people who was born in the 50s. Because these are the people that birthed us. So now we live in a generation where all we see what? Basketball wise, all this entertainment is nothing but drama. Wendy Williams, drama. It's just it's information to entertain you, to keep you detained. So while we are detained in this what? American dream, it's because of the information. There's information, y'all. So if you're going to keep telling us the lie, but never give us the resources or the information to fix the lie, to fix the problem, to actually bring the healing, then what? You're not doing nothing. You a Pharaoh musician. And why are you a Pharaoh musician? Because you're going to keep us in Egypt. You're not going to help us get out of Egypt. You're going to keep us in Egypt. And that's why the Pharaoh musicians are against who? The anointed one of God. So right now, y'all, it's crazy how we really have a real live movement. And we got everything back us up. The Quran, the Bible, the lost books, the hidden books, history, everything backing this movement up. It's like to sit back, and this is why I tell you about the historians, it's solid. You see these pictures behind us? It's silence. Where the historians at? What King Tut at? What Mansa Musa? All these people they taught us about, but you skipped over this. The historians are silent right now, y'all. Because we're not here to entertain you. So what we doing, we got everything, we got everything you need.
You got the answers.
You got the history, and I guess that's what make them mad. I guess they pissed. But you got all the damn answers. That's why I say jealousy, y'all. Jealousy is a hell of a sin. You see what I'm saying? And that spirit could be in a lot of people. And like I said, and these things in the Bible. Like I'm not just saying this because a lot of people just know all this stuff that I speak is in the book. God stirs up jealousy. You know, so right now, y'all, you really have to understand that, man, you know, we have the answers. Not because I just want to have all the answers and you just need to be. No, it's not that. No. It's about what we have built. This has been built. This is something. I just ain't saying, oh, I got all answers. No, it's been built. That's the carpenter. So we have the history, the graves, the why, the when, the where, what else? The images, the artifacts. Shit, what else you need? The land, the gold. Everything you need to solidify why we prisoners of war, why we have to start our own government, why we are qualified to bring the judgment, and why we also qualified to be removed from under this government. We don't understand the case that we have. Like I say, but to have a case and to judge a nation of people that's over you, when you judge them, what is going to take the place of what they have? Because people always say, why do you think people don't want to leave America? America do take care of people. They do give you food stamps. They do give you government assistance. So the government at the same time is what? Doing what it's due, but at the same time, what is also have his hand out to people. And people and that's why we say, well, I do get this. I do get that. But that's what a government's supposed to do. That's not, if the government is helping you, we look at that as, no, that's what the government is in place for, to help. That's their job. That's like, thank you, feet. You walk today. No, that's what your feet do. They stand up for you. They walk for you. So you don't tell your feet thank you every day. Because that's what they supposed to do. So any government you go in supposed to support the people. But no government is supposed to what? Deprive the people. That's the part that we have to come to grips of. A government is not supposed to deprive the people. That's rules for what? Overthrow. Anarchy. Revolution. How do you have a revolution? You have a plan that's better than the plan that the government has. You can't have a revolution with no plan. That's why I call, what's the plan? What's the Muslim plan? Muhammad or Jesus coming back? I just found out these last 5 years, all Muslims waiting for Jesus. I never knew that. They say he was just a prophet. So how the hell are he coming back? Like, that don't even make sense no more. It's like, that's why I say they have to, as the generation get wiser, they got to change their lives. That's why I say once you tell one lie, shit, you can't start telling the truth. You got to keep going. That's why the Tower of Babel has just been stacked up now. It's all in heaven. It's everywhere. All people's minds. The Babel. Everybody Babel. So like I say, about these last 3 years, I never heard so many Muslims say they waiting on Jesus. It blew my mind. Heard so many Muslims say they waiting on Jesus. It blew my mind. Say, you waiting on, you say Jesus coming back in. All my life, Muslims say he was just a prophet. Now he coming back. When do prophets come back? They would have did better saying Muhammad coming back than saying Jesus coming back. But now they doctrine is Jesus coming back. I say, man, that's oh shit. So they don't have a plan. Christians don't have a plan. Jesus coming back. Catholics don't have a plan. Jesus coming back. Moors don't have a plan. They just want to get sovereign and ride around in America and don't pay no taxes and bills. That ain't no plan. You see what I'm saying? Hebrews, they waiting on YahJew. They don't have a plan. What you got, what's the brother that's locked up?
Dr. York.
Dr. York. They trying to get him out. They don't have a plan. So how can we have a revolution with no plan? So why wouldn't have a revolution? No plan. Why wouldn't have a revolution? No plan. Should I say it again? Why we don't have a revolution? No plan. All Babylon. That's all we got. Babel. Problems. That's all we got. What's the plan? I ain't hear the plan. God has a plan. You're right. And it got to be fulfilled. It can't be taught. God's plan don't get taught. God's plan is fulfilled. God's plan is executed. God's plan been, wrote down. But the execution of God's plan is what we is lacking. And this is why I tell everybody Christ ain't a conscience. Christ is a shepherd. We need to get a shirt. Christ ain't a conscience, he a shepherd. Cause y'all done took this little spelling words in these last days, and boy, y'all done started speaking it, and now you got these images in your mind, and you just floating away. Float on. You floating in your dream. You floating on your cloud or whatever you're doing. But that shit, like y'all, if Christ was a conscience, why he a shepherd in the scriptures? If Christ is a conscience, why he a shepherd in the scriptures? These things can't nobody answer. And that's why I say, y'all, when it comes to what we talking about, y'all, nobody had a plan. And the people with the plan, y'all what? Crucifying. Ain't that crazy? You crucified the people with a plan. No.
No.
You crucify the people. And the thing about it, y'all, I've been talking with my brothers for years. Nobody ever told me a plan. They always told me what they thought. I want y'all to let that marinate. Because you don't talk to people too. Everybody tried to tell me what the hell they think. I showed up with a plan. This is the mystery Bible. And that's why the book of Enoch talk about the secrets of righteousness. Because righteousness is a secret. Because everybody doing right, but everybody is doing wrong. Everybody think they doing right, so everybody is doing wrong. So therefore, righteousness is a secret. And why is it a secret? Because it's hidden from the wise and prudent. So if something is hidden, it's a secret. Unless what? You discover it. So right now, the secrets of righteousness is being introduced to the world because what we think righteousness is not. We think teaching the Bible is righteousness. It's not, y'all. Teaching the Bible is not righteous. Yeah. That's a secret right now. That's a secret for people. Because I'm teaching the Bible. I'm doing God's work. No, you're not. No, you're not. So right now, y'all, like I say, man, it's just nobody got a plan. You mean you gonna tell me what you think? You're not gonna. And if you don't have a plan, who are you? Who are you? Who are you to tell me? That's why I told you who I was. Who are you to tell me? Now, if you are somebody, hey, I accept it. I don't mind being humble. I don't mind being enlightened. Shit, if I'm lost, show me the way. I'll be a fool. I'm lost. Don't show me the way. That's why the Bible says a fool hates correction. Only a fool. You know how somebody say, man, correct me. And like if I put on something that look bad, tell me. Don't have me walk out the house because I think I look good. I might be tripping. So I might have somebody, hey, bro, hey, man, hey, man, take that shit off. I might give it a second thought, like, you know what, man, he right. I need to take this shit off. But a fool hates correction. We living in a world where we read the Bible and nobody can correct us. But then you sitting up there getting taught by a priest. That's like the Hebrew camps. They got a leader. But when I walk up and say I'm the leader, they can't even listen to me. But they have a leader. You see the blindness, the darkness, just like, what are you talking about, bro?
But they'll listen to another Hebrew camp leader. Like,
oh, you listen.
That's how you pick and choose which camp you went to. You listen to all these camp leaders and you pick and choose which camp you want to go in. Just like church. It's the same cycle. Same cycle. Like,
you listen to the pastor, but I can't be Christ where you gotta listen to me. Is that crazy?
Everybody has Christ consciousness, but we gotta listen to you to get it. Like,
and that's why I said in the last day, what people was gonna have itchy ears and heed to themselves teachers. It says, what that verse is in 2 Timothy. It says they was gonna have itchy ears and heave to themselves teachers. So people only listen to the teachers that sound good to them. That's all they doing. That's all what they're saying. Like you gonna accept the teacher that scratch your ear. You ain't gonna accept the truth that change you. You ain't gonna accept the truth that you gonna turn your ears away from the truth and you gonna run to what scratch your ears. Oh, that shit ain't scratch my ears. I ain't listening to that. 2 Timothy 4. 2 Timothy 4. It says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. Now, sound doctrine is like, it's on point. Everything on point. It's sound after sound. You're like, it's just hitting. But then it say what? But after their own lust. So it's telling you they not going to accept the sound. They're going to go after their thoughts. See, when you don't accept the sound, you go after your thoughts. So this is what I think. So this is what I want to hear taught. And they're going to have somebody in the earth that's teaching it. Like whatever you think right now, they have a teacher set up where you can go in and say, oh yeah, I like them. So it says, but after their own lust, they shall heave to themselves teachers. After their own lust. And see, this is the fornication. This is the lust. You lusting out the Bible. When you're supposed to be married to God, you fornicating with Bible. It says, having itchy ears. It says, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth. So how do you turn your ears away from the truth? Because Christ will be on earth talking. How would you turn your ears away from the truth? Because Christ will be on earth talking. But you ain't going to listen to Christ. And then it says, and shall be turned into fables. Y'all, I don't think y'all know how hard that scripture is, y'all. What's a fable, y'all? Nothing can be true about a man riding on the cloud, y'all. Nothing can be truth about that. That you cannot make that truth. You cannot make a man on a cloud to be true unless you can show me another man on a cloud. And a lot of people hide behind these spelling words and these alphabets. Oh, God did it. God is spirit, bro. God moved people. So a man on the cloud is a fable all day. A man in the sky for 2,000 years is a fable all day long. A man coming down from the sky is a fable all day long. The sound doctrine of God is not a miracle. It makes a sound, and because you don't like the sound, you gonna what? Lust after your own thoughts and heed to your self-teachers. And what? Deny God, just as our forefathers did. So it's telling you, how you gonna turn your ears away from the truth because somebody is doing miracles and you don't believe them? No, somebody is speaking and you don't believe them. That's the foreshadow. The word made flesh. Matter of fact, and see, this is why I did the video about this.
Like the power of Christ was not, God didn't give the power to Christ to fly to the sky. You know, God gave the power to Christ to speak the truth. It's that simple.
Let's start at John 1 and 9. Let's start at John 1 and 9, y'all. Because like I said, we don't have understanding. It says, that was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. Now stop right there. Where would Christ be? In the sky, in the world. Christ is the light of God, so why would he be up there? We need Christ on earth so we can get the light, so we can know the way, and we can have the truth. We don't need Christ to be in the sky. That's a fable. Nobody that had the light of God came from the sky. Everybody that brought the light of God came from among the people. Now, all of a sudden, since the colonizers have stole our writings, now the person that brings the light of God, he's sitting in the sky. But everybody giving enlightenment. So verse 10, it say, he was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. Now, who was in the world? God is with us. Because Christ don't come in his own name, Christ comes in the Father's name. Christ don't come in his own name, Christ comes in the Father's name. But many people say Christ created the world. Nah, it's the Spirit. God created everything. Now, Christ is the former, if you understand how would I say, the building of the new heaven, the mind frame, the thought, I don't want to say images, but that's why when we talk, we say, let's build. So, as they call Christ the cornerstone, you build upon what Christ has established. Christ has laid that foundation, which is the information. So it says, but as many as received him, to them gave he power to become sons of God, even to them that believe on his name, which was born not of blood, nor of the will of flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. So even becoming the son of God is not about what? Flesh and blood. It's about you receiving the spoken word with your spirit to be born again. That's why to enter heaven, you got to be what? Born again. It has nothing to do but you what? Being coming out your mother's womb. So it says, and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And we beheld his glory, the glory as the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. No, what that one where it say it came to his own, but his own received him not. I thought that was right here. 1 and 10?
14.
1 and 14?
1:10 to 14.
That's why I said I thought it was right here. He came to his own, but his own received him not.
1:11.
Oh, I skipped it. That's the part I want to focus on. It says he came to his own, and his own received him not. So when the word is made flesh, this is God choosing the flesh. That's why don't nobody come down from the sky. Don't nobody come down from the sky because God put the spirit in the flesh. And what do the flesh do? The flesh come to its own. And what do? Reject the word that has become flesh. This is the way God operates. This is how the word is given to the people. The word ain't given from nobody coming down on the cloud. You don't receive the word like that. The spoken word of God is the word made flesh. Not because they studied the book, it's because God has sent them. That's why I say you don't reject me. You reject the one who sent me. So like I say, y'all, that's why I say right now, sound doctrine. We are listening to teachers when the Bible lets you know there's only one teacher.
And if y'all have questions, feel free to come up. Like, we always bring people up. That's what we're here for, is to have a conversation.
Yeah, I don't, know.
Like, request to come up. We ain't gonna talk to you for that.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
God bless. How are you guys doing?
Good.
So a lot, like I'm just kind of just jumping in, but I'm thinking like a lot of my life, I've always had like lucid and vivid dreams, right? And also like I've questioned a lot of things about like what is God, who's Jesus, what's the spirit, and types of things. And like the conclusion the first conclusion I came to when I was young was I was afraid of death. And then I thought what God is. Do you believe God is energy?
If you have the understanding, that's why I say God is not an energy that everybody just has. That's why it says it's a set apart energy. It's just like it's a set apart spirit. So it's something that sets you apart if you have that kind of energy. So it just depends on your understanding. I could definitely I could say God is spirit. I could say God is energy. It's all speaking of an invisible entity.
Well, yeah. So like God, to me, God is omnipresent. It's everything at the same time. But you may have the spirit to connect with the universe at the same time. Does that make sense? Like your spirit as an individual is connected to everything at the same time, which is why we get signs from anywhere, like at any time as a human, as long as you're connected to source. Like that's the understanding that I get, but like it can be confusing because like I don't think everyone understands it. So I'm just trying to see if you guys
It's just, man, the lie has caused a lot of rabbit holes and a lot of misconception of words and information. Because we gotta understand we all have been lied to.
Absolutely.
So everybody's foundation is based off the lie because who have told us the truth since we all have been lied to.
Well, the
And I
truth
think,
is already inside you.
well, but the truth, you can't say it's inside you if you've been lied to. Like if all your life you've been lied to, how can the truth be inside you?
Because just
Just
like
like the
if
lie, I just want to say this. Just like the lie was told to you, and now you have the lie in you, the truth have to be told to you so you can have the truth in you. Because
absolutely,
we're dealing with food for thought. So if I'm eating poison, I have poison in me. I can't say I'm eating poison and I got good food in me. I can't say that. So it's just like the lie. So the food for thought that we have all partake in was a lie. So we all have the lie in us. We all looking for the truth. You see what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like
Well,
this whole world right now is seeking for that truth.
we're looking for the truth because we know it's a lie that we're being taught. That's the point. Is like when you're born with purity, right? As a baby, and then from purity, you're taught lies. So innately, as your spirit, if you're truly when you're pure, you're going to continue to look for that, and that's why people battle with themselves because we're looking for the truth because we already know that we're being lied to, and that's why this is important. This connection right here, and with people who are understand what's going on, is because as long as you're searching for the truth, you're gonna find it. But a lot of people give up on it. I think a lot of people give up on it and they fall into
That's what I'm saying. So like I don't know what is your beliefs. Um, but we gotta understand God works in mysterious ways. So we wasn't born knowing a lie. We was told the lie.
absolutely
So that's why the Bible talk about the rebirth. So God has the power for that truth to come back to us if we are seeking it. But a lot of people haven't seek the truth. A lot of people worship idols still to this day.
absolutely.
So, like, how can you look for truth but at the same time worship Jesus? It'll be very hard because you are giving. There's no way you can worship an idol and seek the truth. You gotta stop worshiping the idol and seek the truth.
Right,
So a lot of people is like a dog chasing their tail.
right.
They're worshiping the idol, but at the same time say they're looking for the truth. That's impossible.
Would you say would you say that it's possible that in order to find the truth, you first have to get lost?
You first have to accept you lost. If you
Yeah,
lie to yourself and say, I've been found, I have the spirit, I know God, I talk to Jesus, you lying to yourself so you can never find the truth. Because the first truth is not to lie to yourself. That's the first truth. Don't lie to yourself.
absolutely. Yeah, I
But
understand that. But
everybody is being taught to lie. We are being taught to lie to ourselves.
are you Christian?
That's,
Are you Christian?
oh no, hell no! I'm no religion.
Are,
No,
no,
religion is the worst thing in the world.
are so just spiritual?
I'm righteous. That's what I am. I'm righteous. So, because words, many people have many different. I do what's right. If it's right, I'm for it. And God has given just as God give a dog to know what's right and what's wrong, God has also given humans the ability to know what's right and wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I really just consider myself a righteous man.
I can agree with that. Like that's one way to go about it. Um, I guess where my thought process is, and as far as everything is, like I've never been religious, like in the sense of like believing in a specific religion, but like I know spiritually what's like you said before, what's right and wrong, right? And as I get close, I'm very isolated right now. Like I have been for a little bit of time. So as I get to know myself, I get to know God. If that does that make sense? So I get to know God, and I get to know I get to see through the veil of what's really happening to me. Um, but it's not. I don't know. It's just not that simple for everybody. Like, I don't know if people even understand what I'm talking about, but it's a really deep journey if you're really on the path to find or to know. Like, it's a really deep journey.
It just man like the path. Like I try to tell everybody, even when you speak of Moses, you speak of Christ, you speak of the scriptures. You're speaking of shepherds. You're not speaking of people who just seek knowledge to become teachers. You know, and I think that's what a lot of people are seeking knowledge for. They seeking knowledge just to tell somebody else what they have found. But that's not why Moses was sent to Egypt, and that's not why that's not why God raised up Christ.
Yeah.
These people were shepherds. These people were freedom fighters, liberators, fighters of justice, uh, freedom of equality, freedom of people, removing the chains from the people. And I think that's what we have gotten away from. We're into this pastor mode. You know, I go to school, I learn something, and then I get a congregation, and I just start talking to them. That's all pastors doing. They went to school, they learned the Bible, they get a
Yeah.
congregation, they grab a microphone, they stand behind the pulpit, and they talk for years. They don't
Yeah.
liberate the people. They don't fight for justice. They don't do none of these things.
But
That's what Christ did.
the people who are used by God are not perfect people, though. If you look at everybody who was used by
But no,
God, they're people who,
but no, I'm
not
saying
you. I'm just
the actions don't line up. Like if God is dealing with you, you should be fighting for the people. Like it's nobody in the Bible God used just to teach the people. Nobody in the Bible was a teacher. Christ, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the point we missing. If we gonna use the Bible and we gonna use God, because if I go to the verse right now and says when Christ said when the Spirit came upon him, what did the Spirit have Christ doing? Proclaiming justice, proclaiming vengeance. We're not doing none of those things. We're just saying we got God and we got knowledge and wisdom. God don't operate that way, according to the basic instructions. According to the
absolutely.
book that we stand on, if we go to, because matter of fact, I'm gonna read it just for the sake of people listening.
I'm
If we
listening.
go to, if we go to Isaiah 61, it says Isaiah 61 and 1. It says the spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord had anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives. No pastor is proclaiming liberty for the captives. They're not doing these things. Nobody with the Spirit is proclaiming liberty for the captives. It also says, and to open the prison of them that are bound. Shepherd talk. You just don't have the Spirit just to read scriptures. You got to be doing something to
So
clarify you have the Spirit.
I
So
have
it
a
says,
question. So
verse 2,
what does
to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn. You see what I'm saying? So this is what the Spirit of God will have you working on. You see what I'm saying? So a lot we just made it about knowledge and wisdom, but that ain't what the Spirit of God is about. But what's your question?
no? It's definitely not about knowledge and wisdom. So like, what do you consider captives?
Well, those who are bound to the lie, those you have a spiritual captivity. You also have a physical captivity. That's why we are bonded to the contracts that we are under.
Right.
We bond men and we bond women. That's why right now you got to get a passport. You just can't leave because you under a bond.
Hmm.
You
And
see what I'm
then the
saying? And
part.
also we in captivity mentally because of the lie we was told.
Right.
So all these things,
So
that's why I say that it's holding us back. So we captive.
so like captive is basically held in like jail, or like held back, or held in a state of mind or state of person. So like, what was the part after held captive that you said in the verse?
No, It says he will bind up the brokenhearted, proclaim liberty to the captives.
All
So
right.
liberty
Okay.
is going to be proclaimed when you have the Spirit of God, because that's what, like I say, the Spirit of God creates shepherds, creates leaders for the people, not teachers. Because right now, to have the Spirit of God and you got people that are captive, this what the Spirit of God is, because we all are God's children. So God ain't
Okay.
gonna give you something where you're not gonna be able to go give to the children to set them free.
Right. So I'm not fighting against you. I'm just like thinking on the fly. Like I'm just trying to learn. So like being held captive and brokenhearted, right? So to me, that makes me think of like people who have sinned, like people who have been imperfect and not understood what God has given them as an opportunity. So would he not bless the people who are imperfect to understand better? Like those people would be doing the teaching. So like if that was the case, do you have a testimony?
Well, Isaiah make it clear of who he's speaking of in Isaiah 42 and 22. It says, "But this is a people robbed and spoiled. All of them are snared in holes. They are hid in prison houses. They are for prey, and none delivered. For a spoil, and none said it, restore." So who are the only people on the earth that never been restored?
Us,
Who is us?
blacks.
Okay then. So this is not people that just sin. These are people that could be righteous also. Now a lot of blacks have sinned. A lot of us haven't.
But that's us also insinuating that all blacks, like all of us, have experience. Like all of us have the spirit of God.
No, I ain't
Which,
saying that. No, I ain't say that. That's why all black people not some black people is hurting black people. So all black people
yeah,
not helping black people. That's why I say that's
right.
why you have to have a set apart. Like, well, you have to have a set apart spirit to do the work of God. And that's what, like, we've been taught to proclaim we all have the spirit. That's a lie. Everybody didn't have the spirit when Moses showed up. Everybody didn't have the
So
spirit
then,
when
what
Noah showed up.
separates? So what's the separation? Let's say like, what's the separation?
The work. Like what you doing to try
What
to
you're doing
have the
to
spirit of
put into
God.
the world?
Huh?
Like what you're doing to, um, like, go ahead. I'm go ahead. Finish. You can finish. I'm just listening.
Well, I was saying like it'll be the work you'll be doing. That's why Christ is a carpenter for God. That means Christ comes to do the work for God, which is to liberate the people, free the people, enlighten the people, bring God vengeance and remove the devil. All this is what the spirit and the energy of God will have you doing, and also giving you the tools so you can not only say you're doing it, but actually do it.
So
So the
basically,
whole world
being your
can
life
use,
work, your
huh?
life work, your life work would be like you, the spirit that you inherit. It becomes your life work to for the outcome. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, life work, but like I said, you definitely will have a task that you will complete. Like Moses, when Moses had the spirit of God, Moses didn't become a teacher. Moses became a liberator. He freed the people from the Egyptians. He just didn't come with a Bible and set up he didn't build a church in Egypt and say, "Hey, come learn." No, he actually went to the devils, which was the musicians. He proved them wrong. The people recognized he was by God, and they led them out of Egypt. That's what God gonna do. Same thing with Christ. Christ wouldn't be on coming from the sky, just say, "Look at me," and just no. It would be a regular man who God sends to enlighten the people, so the chains can be removed, and we can bring in a new heaven and new earth, which is a new
Absolutely,
government.
that makes sense. Yes, I
But then,
read
like I
this.
said, they put all this on TV. Put Disney and artificial intelligence behind it, and everybody in rabbit holes right now.
Yeah, they talked about this one video I watched on TikTok. Actually, I don't know who the guy was. His name was, but he was saying how history for us as a black culture, we were taught it from 1619 only as slaves. but really, it should be taught from 4 million years ago when we invented the pyramids,
Oh,
because then we would know who we are.
no. Hey, brother, man. Do you know any other people behind me?
No, I don't.
When you think they was here? How long ago?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm just saying, take a wise guess.
The last 1,000 years
You
before.
see what I'm saying?
I don't
I'm
know
finna,
enough.
I know. I just wanted you to, just what really no wrong, guys. I just wanted you to tell me what you think. But in this 30 seconds, this gonna show you that every historian is false. These people, most of these people on here died in the 1900s. They never were slaves. They from a Negus kingdom, East Africa. They come from royalty. Most of them died in the 1900s. No historian taught us about them. This man right here, he was invested in America. He had railroads. A black man. Look, he looked just like Unc. He's just like one of our uncles under the tree with some bill right now. You go in the ghetto right now, somebody under the tree with a bill look just like him. Probably with the hat on. Right now in the South. So no historian taught us about these men. He sat on the throne of David. I heard you heard the throne of David. He just wasn't an African king. Oh, they got many African kings. No, he was an African king that sat on the throne of David. Now, why no historians has taught us about him? Now, so how can a historian go back 4 million years when they can't even go back 100 years? How? And see, that's what I'm saying. These kind of pictures prove all the historians false, because these are not regular kings. These are kings that's a part of the Solomonic dynasty. We know about Solomon in the Bible, but why we don't know about his descendants? Because we don't know about Solomon in the Bible. The only reason we know about Solomon is because he in a book that they gave us. But we really don't know. We just read the book. And the only thing that come from our mouth, Solomon, David, Moses, but we don't know. And all historians, bro, are false. They don't know what the hell they talking about. 99.9 3/4 don't know what the hell they talking about.
Yeah, well, I hear what you're saying. I guess my logic is thinking, like, how do we, like, Egypt before, like, the new maps that we have today was in Africa. So was Israel, right? That shit was all Africa before new maps were made. So
Egypt was created in 1953, bro. Israel was created in 1948.
yeah,
Like Egypt was, none of our ancestors knew what Egypt was. Egypt is not something that existed. Egypt
but
is
how long did the pyramids exist?
I don't know, like pyramids are just a monument, man.
Longer
Pyramids are like
longer
houses.
than what longer than what the texts say that they were.
You can't
Meaning,
Nobody knows.
like
That's the thing. Like, you got to understand, like, the Romans came into Africa and they scrambled Africa. Before they
Understood.
came in, they had a plan, and they planned out the names
Understood.
on Africa. That's how they colonized the whole of Africa.
Understood. But do you know that white people only existed so much time after black people existed?
nobody knows. That's what I'm saying. Like
No, we didn't exist at the same time. That's
I'm just
facts.
saying, like you can say that, like
No,
you
it's
can,
not. No,
okay,
I'm not just
you
saying
can
that.
say
It's the truth.
Okay, you look at different animals, right? You got fishes, you got birds, you got mammals, you got horses, you got predators, you got prey. Like,
Yes.
when was all animals created? At the same time? Which animal came first?
No, it's
Like,
evolution. It's evolution. But they
so
also
you
say that
saying,
white people Europeans
hold up.
came off
So
the
you saying,
Caucasians came off the Caucasus Mountains,
that's what I'm
which is
saying.
long after blacks.
Look, again, that's the stuff that's out in the world. I'm just here to tell you, bro, be careful listening to man, because most of them don't know what the hell they talking about because they wasn't there.
So
And I want to tell you like this: nobody traveled the world until the 1800s. I'm gonna say this again.
nothing
Nobody
existed past the
traveled.
1800s. Nothing existed before 1800s.
I'm not saying that. Man did not have the capability just to travel the world like you think. And see, this is what I'm trying to like. Just think about it right now. How many men travel the world? How many people you know right now that travel the world?
We
And they
don't
got
know because
airplanes, huh?
we don't know that information.
So how the hell we traveled the world thousands of years ago? We wasn't nobody.
Because
Like how did we get
If we
there?
did, there was no need to involve
because
like improve.
Pangea, the world, everything being the lands all being connected before they were all spread apart. Like there's so many different things that could have happened.
Brother man, they got certain animals that birds don't travel the world. And they got wings, bro. They don't travel the
Absolutely, they
world.
might have traveled
That's what
when
I'm saying. So world. Why you think this stuff is still being discovered? Because we've been traveling the world for thousands of years. We've been seeing everything. No, technology enabled man to start traveling. So that's what I'm saying. So all these false, his story is a lie, bro. That's all I want you to know. Now you can hold on to what you want to hold
his
on to.
story. Yeah,
That's what,
I know his story. It's
that's
it's
what I'm
a
saying.
story
So
created by the person who conquers history, conquers
that's
over
what I'm
time.
saying. So right now, if we all been lied, who telling us the truth?
The truth is inside. That's what I was saying before. The truth.
Okay,
We know the truth.
okay. Listen, if the truth is inside of us, why are so many people talking? If the truth is inside me, why do I need you to tell me? So food for thought gotta be important than what's already inside you. Food. I want you to understand that. That's why when you got a baby, what's the first thing you do? You cover their eyes and you stop their ears because that's where the food for thought enters from. The food for thought comes from your ears and your eyes. So what you see and what you hear is very important to what dictate. I mean that. How would I say it? That dictates what's inside you. That's why we all know the lies inside of us because what we have seen and what we have heard.
I agree.
So now we must have an image of the truth. So the truth can be within us. Now, at the same time, you got principles, morals, laws that's in you, but the truth ain't in you. This is something that has to be put, and that's why the Bible was surrounded about what? The Last Supper. What was the Last Supper about? The food for thought, the bread from heaven, which activates what's your, well, I wouldn't say what's inside you, but would activate the righteousness or the laws that's already within you. Now you do have things that's already within you, but they are dead because it's the truth that it's like a candle within you, but ain't no fire on it. What Christ come with? The fire to light the candle that's within you, but without that light or without that candle being lit, it's no light. The lie
Understood.
cannot light our candle. The
But I'm
lie
just asking
put
questions.
our candle out.
I'm asking questions based on information I don't know. But I'm not assuming. I'm not making a statement. I'm just asking questions to formulate understanding. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah,
Like
that's
I'm
why I
not
said,
trying to. I'm not trying
all I'm
to.
doing having a conversation. Yeah, all I'm
Yeah,
doing is
I'm not trying to make it. I'm not making a statement. I'm just trying to understand. That's all I'm trying to do.
yeah. Like I said, all I'm doing is explaining, bro. All I'm doing is trying to explain the standpoint I'm coming from, hopefully you can see where I'm coming from. Because right now, at the end
So,
of the day,
do you think? So, do
we
you?
have to start a government.
I have a question. So, do you think that um, Caucasian people and Black people were around at the same exact time?
No, I can't say when we was around, but we was on different parts of the earth. I can say that.
So, there's a
I can't.
possibility that we were around. We were born at the same exact time, but on different parts of the earth.
I can't really. God could have created us at the same time because it's God
I re-
creation. That's just like God created
well, my
fish, put it in
rebuttal.
the water.
I hear you,
God
but my
created
rebuttal
birds,
would
put
be
it in
is
the
that
sky.
no one. My rebuttal would be is that no other race can create a black person, but we can create every other race. That would
That's
be
what
my
I say.
rebuttal.
And I get that logic. I get that logic. That's what make us the fathers and mothers.
But that's what makes what we invented science and
So
mathematics. So it's like that the logic makes sense because that's how it would work logically.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't really say that when it comes to creation, bro. You can't. You
But
know.
creation, everything has a purpose. Creation has everything. Everything in life is purposely created. There's nothing created by accident. From
Oh no,
Okay,
that's
but
not true.
the thing is that
There's a lot of
the
accidents.
people that were created isn't the creator, so they're not gonna have the answer. That's why science and math is study of
Right.
God. They are not God, so they won't know the purpose. They won't know
Yeah,
the process. They won't ever know.
I
That's what
agree.
we're trying to
But
get you.
everything is logically created though by the creator.
But
So
man
like
doesn't have the same logic as God.
no, but like, all right. So you look at if you look at everything created, does it not have a purpose?
Correct.
So do you think that God started creating something from the very beginning of time without purpose, like a white person and a black person, without logic?
There's they're
I'm gonna
saying that there's a purpose. I'm just saying that man don't have the knowledge to know the purpose.
no, but we
That's
have
what they spend their whole life wondering why God did it this way, did it that way, instead of actually living life.
I hear you.
Like I said,
I
the only
mean,
thing, the only thing we saying, like, I wouldn't stand on that because I don't know. I don't speak on things I really don't know. So I'm just not gonna say.
I mean, I don't know either. I'm
Oh,
just asking for like I'm like I said, I'm just asking questions to understand. So like I don't know either. It's not like what I'm saying that's a statement. I'm just like asking to get your feedback and like
well, yeah, that's why I
see
say.
what you think.
That's why I say, man. My feedback is you look at the rest of creation, you look at the trees, you look at everything else. You have different kinds of everything. God created the different kinds. You know what I'm saying? So you got different kind of stars. You got different kind of seasons. You got different kind of people. You got different kind of animals. So you got different kinds. So if God created different kinds, who say they're just not a kind that God created? I can't say that. I don't. What I have learned, never follow the narrative of man. So I'd rather be in the middle when it comes. Like I said, I'm just telling you where I stand when it comes to those things. I don't prescribe to them because in my logic, a man can't know those things. Now he can make logic points about it, and I could be like, well, that could be, but that's not something that's gonna critique or fix the problem that I'm actually
Yeah.
in right now. See, what I'm a man of problem solving. I'm not a man of making more problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a man of few words. I'm not gonna keep saying stuff so I can keep saying stuff. I'm not
Yeah.
that kind of person. Some people
If
are.
if there
So
was a black person created and a white person created at the same exact time in history, who would populate the earth more?
well, the black man, of course, because like I say, we have a dominant gene. Like it, we proves we the dominant race. I'm not saying that. You got the lion that's dominant over all his cousins or relatives. The lion is. You got the alligator that's over the lizards. You got the eagle that's over the birds. See what I'm saying? So you got certain trees that's dominant the other trees. So we see it's always a dominant. So we see that side of it. But who's to say who created it? Because like I say, we're not the creators. That's all we saying. We're not the creators. But we, of course, we can recognize what's dominant. So that's not saying how the creation goes. It's not my job to speak on creation, but it's my job to be a part of the creation, to be a part of what already exists because I'm not the one that creates the existence. I'm a part of the
Right.
existence. But we dealing with scientists and man who have puffed themselves up to be above the existence and saying this is what the existence is when they just a part of the existence. That's
Well,
what
yeah.
that's the line
But
I
you
don't cross. I don't
right,
cross
but
that line.
you could easily say that like like you can easily say like a regular person can have more common sense than a scientist on understanding what happened. But just because we label them scientists, we take their credibility for it. You know what I mean? Like it's like the more you're open to discussing topics and taking someone's perspective, the better you'll get to the conclusion. As long as you have people who are more open to understanding, and if you're deeper into being in your way, to me, if you're deeper into being in your way of like, oh, this is my religion, or this is what I believe in, this is what I want to do, and not listening to other people, you'll never get to like the conclusion. I'm not saying that you're not right or wrong. I'm just saying like it's a collaboration thing to get to a conclusion over time. And like this stuff.
I'm saying, and I agree. But at the same time, though, like if you are not the creator, you can't speak on the creation.
Yeah, but we are part of the creator. We are built in the image of the creator that we
I,
can come to a conclusion close enough that we could understand what maybe potentially happened.
Brother,
Not that,
you are not a part of creating roads. You're not.
no,
You're not part of that. You didn't put your hand in it.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
So
I
okay,
didn't say
so
that.
that's just what it is. Like sometimes you're not gonna have the answers to everything.
you want to
All
know
right, so then
You
what?
ain't gonna
So
get the answers.
you want to know
all right,
everything.
so then what's the point of you having a channel talking to other people about the creator if you don't know
because,
either?
because I'm starting a government for the people that's gonna fix our problem. So the creator is about righteousness. The creator is about like that's why it says the creator is invisible. But if everybody comes and says, man, I want to see the creator, man, you gotta show me the creator, man. I just gotta see it. I gotta see it. That's not what it's about.
But
It's
how do you
really
know
about
that? But how
it's
do you know
about
that I'm not
hold
connected
up,
to?
hold up, because you remember you said earlier, God is energy. So it's about what kind of energy you put into the people.
So
You
are
got
you the
good energy,
judger of?
you got bad energy.
Are you the judger of energy then?
And I'm the judging is the righteous and wrong.
You're the judge of righteous and wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. That's the judge I am. Shit, the people at the Supreme Court, they judge us every day what's right and wrong.
I'm just saying that if you're going by what you're saying, then there is literally no judger of right and wrong, because you would never know if you seen someone that was God or someone that had the spirit of God. You
That
would
ain't
never know that. You would
no,
never know that.
that ain't true. Because you know why? It tells you God gonna put the law in our inward parts, right? So everybody who have the spirit, they agree. They don't disagree. That's
That's
why I
not
said
necessarily true.
the body. Because this is why especially I always use the example of Moses or Noah. Because when you deal with the writings, Noah built the ark. This is how you know Noah was from God. Noah saved the people. This is how you know Noah was from God. Noah told a lot of people, hey, God told me to build a boat. They laughed at Noah. They thought he was crazy because they didn't know. So I understand you saying you don't know, but you will know. But everybody who have God in them, they all agree. See, this is the part that people don't get. And everybody who have the devil in them, which is deception, everybody who loves deception, they agree. You see what I'm saying?
But
So
if
the
someone,
separation, that's
so
why because when you get the spirit, you set apart. So everybody that have the spirit, they gonna be what? On one accord.
if
This
someone
is how you gonna
disagrees
know
with
who's from
you,
God and who's
if
not from God.
if someone
Huh?
disagrees with you, are they the devil?
Yeah. Hell yeah, they disagree with me. Now, for us, me, because what are you gonna disagree with me on? You don't know who God chooses because you ain't God. You don't
Well,
know who God
what I know
anointed
for
because you ain't
sure is
gonna
that
anoint him.
what I
So
know for sure is that what you're saying isn't 100% fact. And is not no. I'm gonna reword it. Not that it's not 100% fact, but you are not God. So how can I take your word for God? And just because I disagree, I'm the devil. That don't make sense. That
no.
does not make sense at all
It says,
to
what,
me.
what,
That don't make sense.
okay, well, look, I don't know how much you believe in the scriptures, but they got a scripture where it says, I know you don't have the Father in you because I have come from the Father and you believe me not. So your father is the devil.
Yeah,
And
but
see,
this, but
because when I say devil, I mean deception. You got to love the truth and hate the lie, or either
who did?
love the lie and reject the truth,
But
or hate the truth.
look at
So,
everyone who God has blessed in the Bible are people who did not believe in God. They didn't. They were sinners. They were sinners and didn't, bro. Like they were sinners.
No,
They weren't by the book. They lived life until they found him when they were lost.
brother
Yeah.
man, Noah was a righteous man whose eyes was opened by God.
What's up, little bro?
Moses was a righteous man whose eyes was opened by God. So,
Okay.
like,
Yeah,
I
get
don't
your
know,
food.
like,
Get your food.
you gotta understand, like, God can call anybody. Like, God gonna call regular people. Like these, God ain't gonna call nobody that's already a priest. God gonna call regular people, but at the same time, these are not just sinners. These people wasn't just at the slum of their life. That's what people want to think. No, it was no, man. Like
Right.
these was regular men. They was already righteous, but God gave them the energy to do the work that they couldn't do
I'm
unless
just
God gave
saying,
them the energy.
none of them claimed that they were right or righteous. They lived their life, committed sin, and then they were blessed and turned into righteous people. So if you have a testimony, I'm not saying I'm not trying to get this way. I'm just like making it like I'm just trying to put it in perspective. Like these are the stories based on the stories that have been told in the Bible, or and just the stories by these people. They were not perfect people, bro. Like
Well, brother, man, that's what I'm saying. But you taking away from the conversation. I'm not saying that, bro. I'm not
I
saying we.
know, but
I never say everybody was perfect.
I
I
I'm
say
gonna
they
listen
regular
to
people. They regular people who God give energy to do the set apart work that anybody just can't do. You have to be
yes.
you have to be sent. You have to be moved by God to do that kind of work. And that's really all I'm saying. And if you are
Do
moved,
do you have a
everybody's
test?
moved
Do
by
you have a
God.
testimony? Do you
That's
have a
why.
testimony?
Oh, this ain't. No, I got works. I told you. Did
No.
Noah have a testimony, or did Noah have to build the ark? Which
What's
one?
your
Did
test?
Noah come to people with a testimony?
What's your testimony?
Hold up. You're not even listening. Listen
I'm
to
gonna
what I just
listen.
said. Did
Why should
Moses
we?
and Noah?
I'm
Hold
saying,
up.
why should people listen
Hold
to?
up,
What's your
brother man.
testimony?
Did Moses and Noah have a testimony?
What's your testimony?
Did Moses and Noah have a testimony?
I'm not saying defer to them. What's your testimony? So why should people
Because,
listen to
hold
you?
up, brother man. If Noah and Moses ain't have no testimony, I ain't got one either. I got the work of God that I'm
Who
doing. I
knows
got
that?
what I'm doing.
Who's the know that even existed? I'm saying.
Brother, it's an example of a leader. It's examples of the way God operates. It's all it's just examples, bro.
The witnesses has the testimony.
Yes.
The witnesses of the works had the testimony. So I will say I have a testimony of Christ on earth because I can show you who Christ is. I can show you who's fulfilling the scriptures. So if I ask you, what's your testimony? What's your testimony?
I can tell you my testimony. My mom had me at 16 years old. She was a fucking crackhead. I ain't have shit. I was getting into drugs really young when I was a fucking kid.
Brother, is that
I can tell you my testimony.
that's your
And
testimony
then
of your life?
when I was lost, no,
Everybody has a life story.
but
Everybody has a life story.
no, a life story is a testimony. Don't get it mixed up.
A testimony of what?
A life story to finding God and to being righteous and to
So
preaching the word
do you
and to
believe
making sure that everything is being told the way it's supposed to be told.
do you
History is
believe in
history.
God's will? Do you believe in God's will?
Absolutely. That's the only reason I'm here. That's the
So do
only
you
reason I'm
believe
here.
in the scriptures?
Only reason I'm here.
Okay, so the people that was in the Bible, right? They had a testimony of who Christ was, not just their individual experiences in life.
None of them had that.
They had a testimony of what they've witnessed. So when we talk about testimony, I don't want to hear about your life story. Everybody has that. We have ups and downs. That's what life is. So we're just asking, what is your testimony when it comes to Christ, when it comes to God?
Is my life is the testimony. If you don't understand that, then you don't understand.
Hey, well, brother,
Like I'm straight up though. That's the truth. If you don't understand that, you do not understand.
no, that's what I'm saying, brother. If you base it off the writing, that's why I asked you, what was the testimony of Moses and Noah, and you couldn't answer because the testimony
I'm
is.
not because I don't because I'll be honest with you. I'll be completely honest with you, bro.
Don't believe
I
it.
like before I even found God, bro. I was going through my own life. I never looked for God until I started now. So all these things that I'm asking and I'm fighting you guys about, this is about me going through the journey of continuing to know more. So like I don't know everything about Moses. I don't know everything about Joseph. I don't know about. It's a continuous journey, but the testimony is me and myself as a person. That's the spirit and myself that I'm growing into and I'm understanding. Like I understand what God is. It's an energy that's an energy that flows through everybody. If you truly been through shit, you'll understand and you'll get closer. And you want to speak the truth. Like I'm not listening to
Well, I'm just
like
saying
just
that's,
like
you know, we on two different paths right now, bro. Like I said, right now we're here to liberate our people because right now we need help. We need help in a major way. And saying God is in everybody or going to church or talking about it is not going to fix our problems. We have to get into doing it. So right now we have put a plan together so we can do to fix the problem and not just talk to fix the problem. You know, like I say, right now we just
I'm
don't.
not talking to fix the problem though. I've been through enough to know where I'm going and I know what I
That's what I'm
believe.
saying. But like I'm saying, it's not about where you going. It's about where we. See, this is a we thing. It's not just an I. Like if I'm straight. If I really want to make moves, that I can
Yeah,
real.
you straight, but it don't mean that you can
That's
be
what I'm
giving
saying.
out.
Hold up, bro. That's why this is a we thing.
It is
Moses,
the we thing.
God anointed Moses to get the we out, not him. That's why he had to come back to Egypt to get the many.
Wow.
So what we are doing is for the many. And see, that's what I'm saying. We're on two different paths. The conversation ain't even like right now. We have a movement, we have a judgment, and we are gathering the leaders for the government.
It's
That's
not
how.
too
That's what
different.
we doing.
I'm
See, like
telling you,
so, many people not even on that wave because all we want to do, and I'm just not speaking of you. Many people, you know, we just want to have a casual conversation.
so
We
what
don't
is
want
your
no TikTok.
testimony that you are leading
Bro, you
people
still
to
talking
get
about the
to?
testimony, and I'm talking about starting the government. You see what I'm saying? We on two different waves.
Bro,
Coming
do you
up,
know what did Jesus do for a living?
bro.
What did Jesus do for a living, bro?
Bro. Just you know, we got more
No,
people
I'm
in the
calming
queue right
down.
now.
But what did Jesus do
Brother,
for a living? That's what
brother,
I'm asking you.
we got more people
Yahshua.
in the queue. If you
What
don't
did
know about
Yahshua do for a
Moses,
living?
if you don't know about Moses, you don't know about Noah, you don't know about Jesus,
What
bro.
did
So
Yahshua do
brother,
for a living? He
we
wasn't
appreciate
starting
you.
no government.
Hey,
What
we
did
appreciate
Yahshua do for a living?
he probably would have counted. That's the people that be with a count, but then they make a fake page.
Peace, peace.
How you doing, brothers and sisters?
What's going on? Peace.
Nothing much. Hey, I love everything that y'all doing, but if you don't mind me bringing a lit input based off of my history, my studies, my travels. Now,
Well,
I respect that what you're saying that nobody can teach the Bible except through Christ. But what is your knowledge of knowing that it was Christ that spoke the Bible?
the Bible is a vision of what God gonna do at the appointed time. I think that's the biggest mistake that people lack when they talk about the Bible. About the Bible being a vision that's gonna happen at God appointed time. So by us
Well,
lacking that, we read the Bible as it's a story that happened. And that's how they changed time. Because they took the appointed times and put it back in the days. They took you back to the future. When the Bible is a future prophecy. It's not something that you read and you look backwards. So I think that's the real disconnection, especially in my message and what we doing and how we actually connect to the scripture. You know,
okay.
so it's hard for people to
Can
see
you
it.
do you know the original story to the so-called Moses story?
Well, the original story is what a high priest comes to do, which is get the people from idol worship. That's why Moses just represent the high priest that God sent among the people, and they rejected him. But that's why the prophets didn't make it into the promised land. So, like I have the understanding of the secret meanings of these writings. Everybody don't have the secret; they just have the stories, and that's why you can put this story in so many
Oh,
forms, and you can use so many different names. Like you could
do,
input
do
Moses.
you, Go ahead. I'm
Huh?
sorry, brother. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
I was just saying, like, you could take Moses out and put another name down. You know, and that's why you could do it with these stories, because we don't know the secret meaning. We just translate the stories using different names.
Okay. So, with the Moses story, Moses supposed to have freed 600,000, right?
I guess that's what it say.
Okay. Hold on. Only reason why I'm asking, because I used to be a pastor for 15 years. I literally studied the book from page to page, literally. And then I got a book called Mein Kampf written by Hitler, and you'll be surprised by the comparisons. But the reason why I ask that is because the book says that Moses freed 600,000, and a so-called river spread it, and they went to the other side. But the other part of the story they left out is that the Pharaoh owned both sides of the river. So how was it possible for those 600,000 to survive?
What the river was the information. The Red Sea is the information that, like the Jordan River, you cross over to
My
get
brother,
to the other side.
keyword. I literally just said they crossed over. But
That's
what
what I'm
they
saying,
left out what they left out was that the Pharaoh owned both sides of the river.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. This was not a literal river. That's what, like, the river is the information so you can get to the other side. Like, when Moses divided the Red Sea, Moses wasn't going to a body of water. Moses divided the information. Like, a priest's job is to divide the information so the people can know what's good and what's not. So the same thing with Joshua going into Jordan and drying up the Jordan. It's the same principle. So these are the hidden meanings behind the story of a shepherd. And that's why Christ is a fisherman of men, to get you out of the watered down information. So that's what I'm saying. But if you don't, a lot of people have taken the story that goes back to why only Christ can teach. Because we have taken the story so literally, not understanding the hidden meaning inside the parable, because Moses spoke in parables also. So what you read in the book, these are parables. These are not, Moses didn't literally free 600,000 men. That didn't literally happen. That's a parable.
Okay, so what's the original story or what really happened? If you know.
That's what I'm telling you.
I know.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do, and I can tell you.
No,
there was a period. Hold on. This is real. Okay, one of my degrees is African Studies, African History, which was taught up under John Henry Clark. You can look him up. And Yosef Ben Yakini. These brothers can be verified through their history work. Hold on. Let me finish. I didn't cut you off, my brother. It's honor and respect. Now, there was a period in time in 1675 BCE when the Greeks came into Africa seeking refuge. The early Africans gave them an African religion, an African language. You can laugh all you want to. An African language and an African conscience. When they left Africa in the so-called Exodus, which there is no record of a Exodus in existence besides in a book that you call the Bible, they were 600,000 strong. And this story can be verified through data, real facts of evidence. Have you ever been to Africa? Have any one of y'all ever been to Africa?
All right, brother. Can you tell us about the people behind us? Because they came from Africa. Can you even name anyone that's behind us? Since you have
Is Frederick D. Douglass out there?
A degree in Africa.
I'm only talking about what was taught, what is real. Okay.
So this is not real?
What do you? So let me ask you this: do you know who Queen Tayi? Do you know who? Hold on. Since you want to go there, who was Queen Tayi? Who was Queen Tayi? Who was Queen Tayi?
Hold up, bro. You acting like John Henry Clark. Who taught John Henry Clark? What school he went to? He went to a university that was created by Africans, or he went to a university that was created by the Britain? Which one? Talk to me.
Grand School of Oxford in Africa. The first original school ever in Africa.
Hold on. You say you went to a school in Africa? You say John
Yes.
Henry Clark.
Did you know that? Do you know? Do you?
So let me get your point right.
Go ahead.
What school did John
I
Henry Clark
apologize. The Grand School of Loxford in Africa.
This a
After
college?
he went through yes, this is a college.
So he went there first, or what school did he go to first?
That school he went to in Africa and got his education and learned truth about our history, because it was a part of his growing up through teaching where he wanted to learn African studies, and his teacher told him that he had to go study. Hold on, let me finish. Hold on, that he had to go study.
Bro, just I'm trying to. What is the name of the school?
The Grand School of Loxford.
The Grand, and where is it located? Don't tell me South Africa. Please don't tell me South Africa.
Why would I tell you South Africa?
I'm saying, where is it located?
You said Grand School of Locks?
Yes.
LOC? Like how you spell it?
Loxford?
How you spell it?
Start with LOX.
No.
I don't see it. The Grand School
of Locks. In Africa. You know, East Africa, West Africa, Central Africa, Sub-Saharan.
It was in the Sudan, sweetie.
Sudan, okay.
Is it still there?
It's still there to this day. The Europeans had burnt it down because they didn't want the world to know that where they got their education from. Why you think that Homer wrote in his book, The End of the Odyssey, if you ever read it, he wrote in his book where education came from, where history, science, just like I had wanted to talk to you all about the Noah story. If the Noah story is indeed true, that means that everybody in the world is kin to each other. Bro,
stop. We don't take upon. That's why I say we know the Egypt story don't exist because it has a secret.
The Egypt story.
Hold on, bro. That's what I'm saying. You gotta understand. I don't preach the Egypt story happened like that. It has a hidden meaning behind it that nobody knows.
It ain't no hidden meaning.
Hold on. Moses was showed the secrets of times and the end. So when Moses wrote about slow down, but I can't.
I'm not gonna let you say something that's not true, my brother. If you don't know the real history behind it.
You said you weren't gonna cut me off.
Okay, go ahead.
So when Moses was writing about the Noah story is connected to the Christ story. It's not something that really happened. This is a parable about how Christ is going to be in the last day. That's why we read the New Testament say what? Christ say, as in the days of Noah, so will it be in the days of the Son of Man, because Christ have the understanding of Moses' mysteries, which the readers don't have the understanding of Moses' mysteries. They take Moses' writings literally as if they happened. So they go seeking in history for Moses' writing when Moses' writing is connected to the future. This stuff I have proven using biblical texts. But we don't know.
Where's your proof outside the biblical text?
Well, brother man, my proof is
no. Answer the question. No.
Christ is
that's not your proof.
Christ is the only one that can teach the biblical text. So my proof
is according to Matthew 20. Hold on, let me pause you right there. Let me pause you right there.
Hold up, no.
Okay, go ahead.
My proof is to let you know nobody can go in the biblical text, because when I give the mysteries, they gonna conquer all the lies of what people, because people have already written the book. I can't stop people from going in the book, but my counsel make people put the book down because it conquers their lies. You see what I'm saying? Like, so this is what I prove. So I don't have to go outside biblical text. I just got to have the actions that make everybody put the book down. See, that's what I have. That's why the truth is a conqueror. So when you have the truth,
I know what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. So when you have the truth, you can't do nothing but conquer.
But that's what you're speaking ain't too much of the truth, my guy. Especially if you try to do the liberation of your people from a book that
You
was
don't
forced
even know what
upon
I'm
us.
saying. No, but think
If the
about it.
book was if the book was forced upon us, enslaved us, and sold to us, what does that mean? If we already knew God, if we already knew God, according to Leopold II of Belgium, according to his missionaries, if we already knew God, what is that book teaching us about some God?
Brother,
Nobody say the book was teaching.
we're not even on that standpoint.
That's why you don't know what we're saying.
We talking about that people are using the book and spreading lies about the book. The book
You're
is not.
using it
The book
too.
is. Hold on. The book is not lying to you. It's the man that pick up the book. So
You
you are
picking up the
picking
book
up. So
and using
you
it too,
are.
though.
Whether you are
I'm
picking
not
up.
using. I don't need to use. I don't need to pick up the book.
But you just picked up the book and told us about Moses.
No,
And
I
you
didn't.
lied
I ain't got no.
about-
I'll show you right now. I ain't got no Bible in front of me. I don't need to
Brother,
pick it
you
up what I
lied.
have studied about.
Whether you lied on Moses because what you study doesn't mean that
Moses
it's
never. Okay. How about this? Nobody in the Bible never existed. How about that?
okay.
And that is true.
Let's give him a hand
That's
clap,
the best
y'all.
thing he said.
He coming to our level. Brother, we
Okay.
already
No, if nobody in the Bible never existed, why are you teaching about Moses?
Slow down. This is the African history. This is the African history you wasn't told about. This is the people who the Bible is connected to. You wasn't told about.
Let me ask you this. No. You talk about those people right there, right?
No, brother man.
You talking about those people right there, right?
Hey, bro, slow down, bro, because you don't know what we teach. You don't know what we say. You assume.
I'm listening to you.
No, you not. You can't stop talking.
Was any of one of those people a part of the 19 dynasties before European was in the world? Any of those people?
Hold on. Tell me, when did these people pass away? What year?
I just asked you a question. Was any one of those people a part of the 19 dynasties before there was a European in the world?
Brother man.
Do you know any of those pharaohs? Do you know any of the name of those pharaohs?
Stop.
Amenhotep.
Stop.
Queen Tayi.
Brother man, these are the pharaohs.
Is in one of those pictures? Is one of those pictures Queen Tayi? You don't even know the original image of Queen Tayi. It is not one of.
This brother was humble as hell when he first came up. He sounded frustrated, huh?
And brother, that college you was talking about came out in 1902. They just rechanged the name.
And you on mute, bro. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you, homie. And see, you don't know nobody up here. This is the people that the Bible is connected to. These are the pharaohs. Pharaoh mean king. Pharaoh is not something that was here 6,000 years ago. Pharaoh is just a king. How you knowing people in Africa wasn't using Pharaoh? They probably wasn't using the word king. So you on mute, bro. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. First you came here. I'm not gonna. Now you can't even stand on your own word. I ain't gonna cut you off, bro. I ain't gonna cut you off. Now you over talking me. You just ain't cutting me off. You over talking me. We can't have a conversation like that.
And we can't keep getting mad at each other over information. Like, we trying to have a conversation, not get mad at each other for the colonization information that y'all come up here with every day. Like, we didn't make up this information. We're not here to stress you out.
Boy, they get pissed, boy. They get pissed. So these people right here, y'all, these are the pharaohs. These are the people who was over our people. That's why Moses was a brother. Pharaoh and Moses was brothers. Why? Because it's a brotherhood fight. It's the kings who over the people that's in saving the people. So God gonna anoint a prophet, which will be Moses, to get him out of the place that he was in. This is the story of Egypt. Egypt is not a story of us going to a particular place. These things you don't know. So you pick up the Bible, you go to college, and you get what? Sent to more rabbit holes. We don't believe what people. We have a new song. Anything you think what we saying, we have something new. And what the new is gonna what? Get rid of the old. He still don't know he on mute. I know he gotta be talking, because he ain't came on mute yet. So what we saying, y'all, people don't give us a chance to even hear out what we saying. They hear with one ear, they got two, but they only listen with one. And they come up and they try to critique us and go against us, but don't even know what we stand on. We don't say the biblical characters are real. It's for the last days. That's why Moses was a brother. Pharaoh and Moses was brothers. Why? Because it's a brotherhood fight. It's the kings who over the people that's in saving the people. So God gonna anoint a prophet, which will be Moses, to get him out of the place that he was in. This is the story of Egypt. Egypt is not a story of us going to a particular place. These things you don't know. So you pick up the Bible, you go to college, and you get what? Sent to more rabbit holes. We don't believe what people. We have a new song. Anything you think what we saying, we have something new. And what the new is gonna what? Get rid of the old. He still don't know he on mute. I know he got to be talking, because he ain't came on mute yet. So what we saying, y'all, people don't give us a chance to even hear out what we saying. They hear with one ear, they got two, but they only listen with one. And they come up and they try to critique us and go against us, but don't even know what we stand on. We don't say the biblical characters are real. It's for the last days. So we say Abraham is allegory, David is allegory, Moses allegory. The people in the New Testament is allegory, it's foreshadow about us. We say these things, we teach these things, and we prove these things. So he ain't coming off mute, bro. I'm not finna. Maybe I know you know how to come off mute. He got 11,000 people, so you know how to come off mute. So, brother man, if you don't come off mute, we just gonna move on into the next guest.
Oh yeah, I was listening. I wasn't saying one word. You actually thought I was talking, but I was not.
Okay.
I was just listening.
Okay, so that's good. Yeah. So now you know where we stand. We have something new that you never heard when it comes to the Bible.
I never heard that before. But I'm gonna let y'all do y'all, because one thing I'm gonna say is, if you ain't open to hear real history that could be brought to you to where you could go and study and know that it's real history, just like some of our greatest writers that gave us real history about Africa, which is his original name is Al-Kabu-Lan, which is Egypt's original name, which is Kemet. The second dynasty started up under Pharaoh's Isis, Osiris, and the birth of Heru. And I can take you to every last one of their grave sites, but you can't take me to one grave site in the Bible. But
yes, I can.
What y'all are teaching.
It's right here, bro.
It's okay.
Hey, I can take you down. Ain't no lying faces. I can take you
just
down.
Like if you knew who was Queen Tayi, if that's one of the pharaohs up there, who was Queen Tayi, and what did she do? What did she do?
Queen's
no, answer the question. What did she do?
She fought off the Italians right here. This all right here.
That is not Queen Tayi, and that is not what she do, because there was an Italian in existence. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she had her own.
But y'all enjoy what y'all do, my brother. Blessings to you and her. And if you know what Ashe mean, if you don't, look it up and get the meaning of it. Blessings.
Ashe.
Man, I've been to Kwanzaa.
Man,
sure, y'all act like we never been in the world. We don't know what y'all do. We never read the Bible. We never went to church. We never went to college. Like, y'all don't know us.
Y'all, the government make the rules. Y'all, the government create the influencers. The government makes the rules. The government prints the money. Yeah, one of them. No. The government prints the money. Like Trump say they are eating the dogs. The government prints the money. Shit. Y'all need to stop, man. Y'all some sad individuals. What's up, man?
Peace.
Howdy.
What's up?
Hey, how about I'm a son of God? How about that?
Hold on right quick. Let us see something. Just a second. If you ain't talking about government, it's to the point, man, like, y'all real CIA agents. How would you try to stop somebody from starting a government? You know all people need assistance. That's crazy. What's going on, brother, man? Peace.
What's happening? How y'all doing out there? Just joining the conversation, seeing what y'all talking about. What's the topic today?
There's always government, man. Liberation of all people, bro. We struggling right now. We got false
Who needs government though? I mean, people only need government if they don't have no governance of themselves.
So you telling me your body don't have a government? Do your body got a government?
Yes, it does have a government.
So guess what? Life is about government.
Explain that one.
You got a business?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't you govern your business? You put people in positions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So same thing with the world. People got to be put in positions. Now, if people are put in bad positions, then that affects the people. So we're
Okay.
gonna create a righteous government that's gonna help the people.
That's what's up. We definitely need black governance, that's for sure.
That's what we're doing. For us, by us, FUBU. For us, by us. So
Right.
so 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 when I walk in the courtroom, a judge is gonna be somebody who understands my struggle. He ain't gonna give me 50 years because he a dumb little, such and such. Give him 50 years. Don't never let him come out. We don't and see if we never stand up and fix that, you got a bad echo.
Hold on.
It's a bad echo. So
How about
so
now?
like I say, man, I'm gonna have to put you on mute right quick. It's a bad echo. So like I say, what we is doing right now, man, we are gathering brothers and sisters to help us gather more leaders. We have a judgment against the Roman Catholic Church because that's the government we are under. Washington D.C. is a district that works for the British Empire. So the Washington D.C. is just a district. So we are judging the people who control the district, which is Washington D.C., which is the British Empire, because their government does not support our justice, our liberty, our freedom, or our pursuit of happiness. Their government don't support that for us.
We can't hear you.
You on mute. You got to unmute yourself. There you go.
We should be coming up with our own government.
Well, that's what I have started. That's what I'm doing.
What's the name of it?
Niggu's Kingdom.
Are they seeing any cases? Any cases that go for black people? Are they got courts? Do they got judges already set up? I mean, because really, if we really talking about this, we need our own uh, African or black governance system where all our judges would be the same under our system. All our Congress will be the same. All our judicial system will be under black governance, and we start a separate branch in general, a total separate branch where all of our people don't even go to their courts.
Well, that's the point of us overthrowing them. You see what I'm saying?
We don't need. I mean, we can see. We've been trying to overthrow them for 300 years. We might as well make our own, created by us, governed by us. We can take some of their uh, 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 attributes of their system and incorporate it with our system. But as long as it is, because theirs can be separate, they can still send all their whiteys to their courts, and all that stuff can be done over there. You don't got to overthrow necessarily nobody, because we got to build and fortify our own system before we can say we can overthrow a system that's already been working and we are definitely somewhat under the impression of.
Well, yeah, and that's why I say I think when I said overthrow, I might have threw you off. But when we create our own, that's what will overthrow the system. So I'm not saying like overthrow it. Like right now, that's why I say we gathering our people to set up our leadership. And you gotta think about they what they have set up is off our backs. So it's almost like because we bent over right now, once we get up, there's automatically overthrown. So at the same time, I'm saying what you're saying. So I'm just not saying like focus on overthrowing them. Yeah, we need to be focused on gathering our people, which is what we are doing right now. We're gathering our people for the qualified positions. That's why we come on here on social media, because we can talk to people all over the world. But it's hard to get our people to even sit down and have these conversations that me and you are having. Like, oh man, this is something we need to do. Okay, this is something we need to be setting up. It's hard for us to have these conversations because we want to talk about religion. knowledge and wisdom, but really not bringing our talents together to benefit our people. That's what we should be doing. And that's what a government would do. It would gather our talents, put them under one umbrella, and it will fix all our problems. Because we got the talents, we just don't have them under an umbrella, and that umbrella is the government. And when you talk about our leaders, when you talk about those that influence us, they not talking about this. They talking about everything, but they talking about getting money. Like I tell people, a government print money. Shit, we can print our own money. See what I'm saying? We can make our own economic. We can really do these things right now. And like I tell people, man, you know, I'm coming up with this slogan. This is my first time sharing it. If we can get all our people to put 5 on it, you know how we say I got 5 on it, like the herbs? If we can get all our people put an account together and everybody put in $5, you don't have to keep putting it in, but all us come together and put in $5, that will start the generation or generate the funds we need to make all the moves we need to meet. If we just all put in $5, we all put 5 on it. Put 5 on us starting another government. We can make this move next month. But don't nobody want to talk about it. And see, these are things that, man, we can do. And this is what social media should be used for. These kind of tools. But it's not. We arguing, we dancing, we still trying to make money. It's way bigger than money when it comes to creating a government. Money gonna be there. The government is the most important thing. And like I said, so that's what we doing, brother. We got brothers and sisters who all on one accord from all over the world. And we right now, this is what we doing. We gathering our people and letting them know what we setting up.
That's what's up. We really need to get some sort of get into some sort of networking system where we can definitely do something like that. You know, we can really do a lot of things if we have people that are committed and people that are on one accord. A lot of our people, we're not listening to each other. We're not listening to each other. And really, that's all we really need to do. We need to listen to each other, hear each other out. And if we're not on the same accord or we're not in agreement, that's fine. Still, the respect of each other's mental integrity or on their ideas would be, heard in order for it to be brought to fruition.
I agree. That's what I said. Ideas should be surrounded of moving forward with building a government. It shouldn't be about I'm wrong and I'm right. It should be like, well, look, I got this idea and my talent is this. So if I get with a group of people who have the same talent, then we can all share our ideas and come up with one idea. But a lot of people just kind of fight the knowledge and wisdom part. It ain't about the knowledge and wisdom. It's about what can you do? Mm-hmm. What can you do that can support the government that we kind of set up to bring edification, to bring enlightenment, to bring justice, to bring integrity and liberty, to bring these things to our people. We don't have those conversations. It's all, look at my knowledge, look at my wisdom. That ain't gonna get us nowhere.
And it's something to say about people who like to display wisdom without, display of wisdom without, manifestation. It's not really wisdom. I mean, you got to take your head knowledge and bring it down to your heart in order for the manifestation to happen. You can't just say, oh, I got head knowledge without any application, any factual application of the knowledge you got in your head. It means nothing if it just sits in our head. You know what I mean?
That's real talk. Real talk, man. That's why I'm a man of action, bro. That's why, man, if you check out our website right there, it's kind of little right now, but it's YahJewJudah.com. That's where you can reach out with us. We have a declaration. We have a judgment against the Roman Catholic Church. We got a petition out. All these things that we have out, all we missing is our people. Our house, we getting our house in order. You see what I'm saying? So we can fix this problem and address it in the right way. And right now we have the power. We have the communication skills. Like social media is like a radio. We don't have to go on a radio station. We don't have to go on the news station. We got our own radio station. We got our own news station. We just have to now gain control of it and put out the right information on these airways instead of the information that's just going to keep dividing us. You see what I'm saying? So we gather in town as man, we gather in brothers and sisters like yourself who humble, who might have ideas, who might don't have ideas. Everybody can assist. Everybody don't have ideas, but everybody can assist. That's what make your body functioning. Everything on your body don't give ideas, but you know what everything on your body do? It assists. Your toes don't wake up and say, hey, I'm about to talk to you today. No, your toes assist your head. Your head do all the talking. And if your toes get cut off, you'll be praying for some more toes. Because now your head can't go nowhere because your toes was cut off. And you ain't give a damn about your toes at first. So that's why I say in life, y'all, it's about roles. It's about communication. It's about humbleness. And when you talking about a function of a government, you got to have humbleness. But that's what we got in our humble brothers and sisters. We gonna come together. We gonna communicate, and we gonna make the moves. And that's what the Niggu's kingdom is about. Making moves for the people, but definitely get with us, brother, man. Like I say, you can join us, man. You can reach out to us. We can reach back out and see what we about, bro.
That's what's up. Will do for sure. I think that's a good idea. They say a kingdom divided cannot stand, and if we're supposed to be the kingdom of Yehuda, we can't be divided. The division is a divisiveness of the enemy, and if we are divided, that is a manifestation of the enemy. I mean, it's a clear manifestation of the enemy to be divided amongst ourselves like that. We should always know that the enemy is in our midst about how divisive we are against each other. First of all, the Holy Spirit doesn't teach divisiveness. So if you're talking about religion and faith, the Holy Spirit doesn't teach divisiveness. It only teach inclusiveness and togetherness and humbleness of spirit and mind. So I don't know what a lot of these people are saying when it comes to when people like you or me get on our lives and we're giving out information and knowledge, and they're precisely divisive against that agenda. That's the work of the enemy.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
And you see some of these people here are agents of the enemy because they're not really listening. They're not really listening with their ears. They're not really listening with their heart. And we know if they're not listening with their heart, they're not listening with their soul.
Yeah.
And that's the end all be all. We all must come together. That's all I got to say.
That's what's up, bro. That's definitely what we're doing, man. Like I said, that's what we're using this social media platform from to, gather the like minds. And, with the like minds, we create the body of Christ. And the body of Christ is the new government. Those who attach themselves to the truth. Not the lies, but those who attach themselves to the truth. And we will conquer the world. We will take the kingdom. As it's written, the saints will judge the world. That's what we have gotten away. It ain't about us building churches and standing behind pulpits and reading scriptures to you. It's about actually doing the work that brings fulfillment and life to the people. And we know if we have a government right now, it's all kind of stuff. Russia already backing us up. But we don't have a leadership where Russia gonna be like, okay, well, what you need? I can send this. Who they gonna send it to? Farrakhan? He just gonna give it to the Muslims. They gonna send it to the pastors? Well, the pastors gotta go through the government. But if we create our own government, it could be sent directly to us. And it could be distributed directly to us. If you have a government, this is how things work with a government. Every government can now help us. But a lot of people can't help us because we don't have a government. Who they gonna give it to Trump? They gonna give it to Kamala when they get in office? So even if they send help for us right now, they don't even have a government to send it to. That's why we need a government. That's how important we need a government. For us to receive help from other nations, we need a government. You see what I'm saying? So, like I say, y'all, these are things that we haven't been introduced to on a whole nother level, and we are the intelligent generation. We just need it need to be brought to us. It need to be put on the table for us to start having these conversations. So yeah, man, definitely link in with us, brother, man, and we appreciate you coming up, bro. Sharing the enlightenment, man, and showing that there's other like minds out there. I think he's still on mute though. Yeah, he's still on mute.
I said, all right, peace out. Y'all have a good day.
All right, brother. Peace.
Right.
Hey, bruh. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. What's up?
Hey, so explain to me one time, bruh. How can I? Yeah, explain to me one time, bruh, real quick. Explain to me how you can't teach the Bible. I'm lost on that. I agree with you on the government because we had our own government a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? We've been on that. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So it's about that time we get back to that level. But explain to me how we can't teach the Bible except for Christ.
Well, first it's mentioned in the Bible that only Christ can unseal the scriptures. And the reason why you can't teach it is because you are not in the fulfillment of it. So you don't know how to fulfill the scriptures, so you don't know anything about the scriptures.
So what you speaking on is Revelations, right? Chapter 5. When they was talking about the sealing of the book. Okay. That's a future prophecy right there. That's something that's going to happen. You saying we can't fulfill the scripture. So like, I'm gonna just pull out a simple example real quick. It say in Galatians 5:1, or Galatians 5:1, or Ephesians 5:1. One of those two. It say honor your mother, honor your father. In the Lord. So, am I not fulfilling that when I honor my mother? Am I not, you know what I'm saying? Am I not doing that? Mm-hmm. And if I'm teaching somebody to follow that, is that wrong? Am I, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get an understanding what y'all saying. Nobody can teach the Bible. Like, it's certain things that's in the Bible for us to follow because that's what it's for. And I know they got scriptures like in.
Well, brother man, what about the scripture when it says, in Galatians 4:26, it says, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. So what mother is the Bible talking about? Your physical mother or the New Jerusalem?
It's talking about, bro, it's talking about a spirit. We all come from Jerusalem, right? You believe that, right?
Bro, just answer the question first. Which mother is it talking about?
Of course, it's talking about Jerusalem because Jerusalem is God's holy land, bro. It's talking about God's holy land. That's God's holy city, right? Huh?
Hold down. How do you honor your mother then? Since you said we all fulfilling that, how do you honor it,
bro? So you telling me it's not a double meaning? It's not a double that scripture right there. If you're gonna try to base that and use, you know what I'm saying, to honor your mother, honor your father, because it say both, and it brings it back up.
Brother man, what name do Christ come in? His father's name, right?
In his father's name.
Okay, now who is Christ's father? Joseph?
We already know. I already know what you're doing, bro. Let me. You asking me questions. You asking me questions, but you're not letting me answer it, bro. Let me answer Let me answer your question first.
Go ahead, answer then.
All right, so you brought out the scripture, right? You said, who is the mother? I told you. Okay, what it's talking about in the context of that scripture right there, it's talking about Jerusalem, right? Now you jumped over and you said something about the father. Because I said, it say honor your mother and your father. But in that scripture, you basically trying to play semantics with the words and stuff, but I peep what you're doing. It's a double meaning if you're trying to put it on that level. If you're trying to put it on that level, then it's a double meaning. But so
brother.
you telling me while we on the earthly, fleshly, in this fleshly vessel, we're not to honor our mother and our father?
Brother, we
I'm
didn't
just
say-
saying, is that true? Is that true or false?
brother. The
No,
point
but I'm
is-
asking you a question. It's a simple question. Yes or no? Are we supposed to honor our mother and our father?
You see why I didn't let him spill? Because he was gonna come back and spill and ask me the question and not answer the question that I asked him. That's why when I ask people questions, I want them to have a short answer and just answer the question and let me make my point. Nobody is telling you don't honor your mother and father on earth, but the scriptures ain't talking about your mother and father on earth. So you said we fulfilled that. So since we fulfilling that, as I told you, you don't fulfill the scriptures. Christ fulfilled the scriptures. How are you honoring your mother that the scripture is talking about? You're not. That's why you can't teach the book. So I'm trying to answer your question by asking you questions so you can understand the answer. But you turn around and want me to answer your question. That's not a conversation, bro. And you on mute if you still talking. So
Okay,
let's go
so
back. Hold up. So, no. Let's go back to my original question. Are you honoring your mother, the one the scriptures is talking about? Because the scriptures not talking about your mother on earth.
do you want proof that
Are you-
do you want proof that it's talking
Bro.
about your actual
Bro.
physical mother and father?
Listen, man. You can't give me
Because I can
proof.
pull out several
Stop.
scriptures, bro.
Stop,
I can
bro.
pull out several scriptures that when Exodus was brought out, bro.
We're not finna do that, homie. So that's what I did. Just get out of here, homie. Finna be hollering and going back and forth with nobody. Damn, listen, man. Them days over with, y'all. You better come right or don't come
Yeah,
out.
what's up, people? I kind of feel what you're saying, bro, about we having our own nation, right? So this is what I say to folks who want to do that. Is that first, have you separated yourself from this government?
Of course.
Have you took ownership of yourself?
Of course. I haven't. The thing about what I'm doing, and I understand getting my sovereignty back.
Yeah, because that's what you got to get first. Because see, I'm a sovereign. I'm not a U.S. citizen.
Brother,
I'm a sovereign.
Brother.
So they already, and you got to separate yourself from this government.
I know people who have done that, and guess what?
Right. So this is what I feel what you're saying, though, bro.
Okay, but just because I separate myself, don't create a government, bro. That's not how you create a government. You create a government by first creating an order. So when you
you have to create your own nation. So, but you have to do it by your 4 pillars. You got to get your own government. You got to get your own court system.
Bro, are you starting a government?
Nah, I'm not starting a government. That's what I'm saying. I'm with you trying to start your own shit. That's what I'm saying. You got to get free from this system first.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. You got to get your sovereignty before you even create a nation.
That's not true.
Paperwork don't mean that you're sovereign. You sovereign when you sovereign. So we talking about starting a government. We're not talking about just doing paperwork and giving it to the governments for you to be sovereign. We're talking about us creating our own government so we don't have to do those things. So we can overthrow them. We have the case against them. But nobody want to talk about the case. Everybody want to talk about
So talk about the case. That's what I wanted to hear. You said that you had a case with the Pope. So I wanted to hear that. Because that's definitely something you got to do. Because it's the Queen's land, considerably.
Correct. So right now, the Pope is the Pope because they say they get their anointment from Peter. So we have the truth about these things.
Exactly.
So when we go to court, of course, they haven't pursued our happiness. They passed a lot of laws that was against us. They set up a lot of false organizations. They knew the CIA was bringing all this stuff in our neighborhoods, like all this stuff. Like a lot of people know the case, but a lot of people don't have the majesty to present the case because the CIA know Christ is the one that's going to overthrow their kingdom. They know this. Right. This is why they've been trying to stop the Messiah from rising. Because once he rises, he going to bring the case that overthrows their majesty.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So since we have Christ, since we have the Melchizedek order, our order overthrows that order. That's why right now we just getting our people in order. And once our people in order, then we can go down there, have the judgment, which it really ain't gonna be no judgment because they're gonna be ready. They already ready to give it to us. We just don't have the order yet. You see what I'm saying?
Because they waking up to who we are as a people. Yeah. And they know that we waking up. So now you got to correct. And that's why I said I'm 100% with what you're saying is because you got to go after the church because the church fucked your paperwork up.
Correct. Yeah.
The church got you fucked up out here because that's why they created this whole system to hide you.
Correct. Yeah. Correct.
So yeah, I feel you. So we have to wake up to who we are as in the Bible. Like you said, it's all in those metaphors, but the separation of people, not water. Like you were saying, it's like, because you got to recognize who we are. This was all, and the Bible said they all counsel against us. So it's all nations made these treaties, made these laws to hide you in the wide open.
Correct. Craft the council.
And to rename you. And he said you're going to be the byword.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't going to even know you a nation. So we have to rebuild our nation.
Yeah, that's real talk.
So that's what that's what I said. I'm 100% what you're saying, but you got to, and that's the reason why I separated. Because when I realized that, I said, oh, so you got me locked up in this whole Catholic system. And I'm not Catholic. I'm the real Hebrew.
Correct.
So I'm out the system, but I'm with somebody, whoever trying to build this nation, bro, for real. Like, because I know the truth. Like you got to reconcile with us.
Yeah, and see, like I said, man, like what you did, we're not knocking it at all. Which is a step that most people don't take, but at the same time, the governments overrides that. Because these things gonna be given to us regardless. Some people do them individually. Some people woke up and really wanted to come out this nation before a lot of other people was ready.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? But what we doing is a little bit above that, but it's gonna give us the same credentials.
But see, what I'm saying, you doing the right thing, but going after the right people, because
correct.
People just think it's the states. I'm like, nah, it's over there. Our paperwork is there, and we got to get that paperwork. And that's why I keep telling people you can listen to what all these treaties and all this shit that the states is talking about. I'm saying, but that ain't the paperwork. That ain't the paperwork is in them churches over there. And that's what they hiding.
And that's why we have a petition.
And we until we wake up as a people to go after that, they're not going to let those motherfucking paperwork go.
They ain't supposed to, though. That's the cold thing about it. They ain't supposed to release it until we wake up. But
that's what I'm saying.
They put us in so much emotions. We become so emotional. We like an angry man in the boxing ring. An angry boxer don't win. A boxer that strategizes win.
Absolutely.
So we have to counterattack, not just cock back and throw our strongest punch. That's what we've been doing. It don't work that way.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So we got to be calm, cool, and collective.
And that's what I just see when I go through TikTok, man. You see all the chaos, and I'm like, that's what he wants. He wants you to stay in chaos. And I'm like, when you got to be it's a frequency, bro. You got to be in the right frequency to get through the bullshit, because this bullshit is thick. You got a lot of people against you. You know, a lot of people is trying to take your birthright. So this ain't no game, right? But you got to keep level-headed, and you got to go through the bullshit. But you got to keep a level. And I just see people on TikTok just going crazy, man, because you looking at things. You want pieces. I'm like, no, the bigger picture is the Bible keep it simple. But you got to look at the bigger picture, who they moved, who they renamed, why they renamed you. What was that purpose? Why did they have to re-identify you? Because you'll get what you was promised.
Well, and then too, because they was gonna steal the identity and steal.
Exactly.
They stole the identity and set up their kingdom.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And the thing about it is, because we didn't want to act right. See, a lot of people feel like they stole it from us and we was acting right. When they took these things for us, man, we was in bad shape. We was doing a lot of things to ourselves when these things, like, they didn't come take these things from good people. They came took these things from people who was doing evil. Our people who was doing
Because
evil.
we lost favor, bro. And I keep telling people the reason why this is what I try to keep people to understand. They're all envious of you because your walk with Yah. But we fell as a people because we wanted to be worldly. And once we wanted to be worldly, that's when they took advantage of us. And then we became the foot. And now they just dancing on all on our backs. So now we got to get right with the Most High to get our kingdom back. And we ain't going to get it back until we get right.
So we get in order. That's that order we got to. And when you right with God, you right with order. God is about decency and order.
Exactly.
So if we really walking with God, you're gonna see the order. The people gonna be in a certain order that nobody else is in, and this was gonna determine if they are walking with God or not. And that's why the law is coming back into the effect. As the scripture tell you, the law is finna be made honorable. Just like we honor a G code in the streets. You know all it is about the G code.
Yeah.
We're gonna really glorify the G code that God is setting up right now. We gonna ride or die for it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's going on with our generation right now. We're really being waking up to that original.
And that's the thing. We waking up, and like I said, this information is all over the world, and they're never going to keep it in the same place. You know, you got brothers on here going to the .gov looking for the answer. I'm like, nah, that's your oppressor. You going to your oppressor for your answer. You got to go to the books over there. You got to go to the information that's on the other side of the map to find out what's really going on, because they got it so spread out. So that's all I wanted to say, man. I really walk with your idea of creating a nation. But yeah, we do got to wake up as a people, because yeah, they rocking in our kingdom right now. We standing in the lands of Shem. I live here in Ohio, bro. And I'm like, you don't have this Paleo Hebrew stones that we have here if you ain't talking about a people of Shem, right? So when I show people that you standing in the land of Shem, you actually stand in the book of Enoch. So I try to tell people that's what America is. This is ancient Egypt. This ain't that little Egypt down there.
Now you know Egypt was created in 1953 now.
Yeah, I do know that. I do know that. But what I'm saying is these lands is what I'm talking about. You can rename lands and rename all. Yeah, but due to the kingdoms. That's what I'm saying. But what you can't deny is the artifacts that's in these grounds. And that's Paleo Hebrew writing that were found in these mounds. So you standing in ancient lands. That's why I said they got this whole thing. They got Africa, name Africa when it's Akibulon or some shit like that. They changed the names to schools and all of that.
But Africa never had a single name. Like
never.
Like lands was always named after the one who conquered. Like we never had the technology to name the whole continent. Like, and that's what make the Roman Catholic Church so powerful. Yep. Because they control the information. Like what they say goes, because they are the first nation to take control of the world at the time you can communicate to the world. Mm-hmm. You couldn't communicate to the world 100 years ago. It was hard as hell. Now you can communicate to the world, and that's how they was able to create Israel in 1948, because the world wasn't all talking to each other in the early 1900s. It was still a lot of disconnection. The people in Africa didn't know what the hell was going on in America, and the people in America didn't know what was going on in Africa in the 1900s. Just like still today, a lot of people don't know what's going on in Africa, and you got the news, cameras everywhere.
Absolutely.
You know, 100 years ago, you probably had about 10 cameras. So a lot of things we don't understand, and we don't look at it as a logical standpoint. We take a look at everything as how we are living today.
Right.
But 60 years ago, nothing was like it is today. You know, so even when you get into a lot of these names, man, they are modern day names. They stuff that the Roman Catholic Church literally created. Damn near 90% of the information was put out by the Roman Catholic Church. And it's all a crafty council to keep you away from the...
A lot of people don't know about the Council of Nicaea. A lot of people don't know about that whole council that was had. But people got to get educated on that.
But see, the cold thing about it is the Roman Catholic Church is the Council of Nicaea.
Exactly.
That's the whole thing about it. Like the 1948 Israel, that's a part of the Council of Nicaea.
And they Khazarians.
Yeah, the 1953, Egypt,
Yeah.
that's a part of the Council of Nicaea. And
Yeah.
those are things we really don't, we think the Council of Nicaea is something that happened when Jesus was thought of 2,000 years ago. The
That
Council of
shit was the
Nicaea is still in the
Belfort
earth.
Agreement.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got all these agreements and all these treaties. Like I said, the Rothschilds own a lot of this information. They created a lot of this. But it's like people got to do their research, bro. And a lot of people don't do their research, and it's all it's all paperwork. It's all paperwork.
Well, it's like, man, like right now, man, to me, research can be bad because you'll be disrespecting God's Sabbath day. Now, I'm not telling nobody don't research. I'm not saying that because everybody's journey is needed. But I'm not encouraging you to research because you might be disrespecting God's Sabbath day. That's why the Sabbath day, that's why when the Bible talk about God rested, we don't know the meaning of why these things are said. We just read it. But when you have the truth, you're supposed to rest assured that it's the truth. When you have the truth, you don't keep looking. So when the truth is given to you, you don't, it's almost like your mom and dad are buying you a house, but you don't stay in it, you go stay in another one and you go pay rent on it. That's a little disrespect. Like, damn, your mom and dad just bought you a house and you ain't gonna live in it? You gonna go pay the rent and live in another house? You see what I'm saying? And that's kind of what God, because the Bible talk about God preparing a table for us. So that means researchers, you're not gonna find the truth. Now you might be searching and find God's table, but just researching, because a lot of people put finding the truth in research. The same way you was told the lie, the same way you're going to be told the truth. The truth is going to be spoken to you. But at the same time, that research can lead you to God's table, but the research cannot get you the truth. And I think as a generation of people who have the power to do the research, because we got the phone in our hand, we can research while we taking a shit. But that don't mean you're gonna find the truth.
Not all information is good information. Like I tell people, you can believe 75% of that shit, but 25% of that shit coming straight out the asshole.
Yeah.
So and it's just like that. So I mean, I rock with you. I like the idea of what you're saying, creating your own kingdom, because that's what we got to get back to. We got to get back to our righteousness. We got to get back to who we are before we are even respected. But that day is to come.
Oh, it's here. It's man, believe it or not, man, like, man, we so close to never, man. Like, because right now, people, the Babylon or the lie had to take its toll on us. It's almost like when God sent Moses to Pharaoh, he told him, "I'm a hard Pharaoh's heart." So we don't even understand that the hardening of hearts that's happening is all for the will of God and for the fulfillment of God. So a lot of things are happening where it look like, oh man, shit going on, when shit really is going down.
When shit really is moving, right? Because a lot of people don't know that we didn't already went to those people and had that discussion. We a lot of us then went to the church and already had that discussion over there. Like, you gotta let us go.
Correct.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't see that in the works.
Well, yeah, because like I said, a lot of people are blind. A lot of people are blind to the facts. The facts can really, if you don't have those facts, you can literally be blind. The facts,
right?
Bring your eyesight.
You will see. And I tell people shit's about to happen. But people be like, nah, I don't see. I'm like, nah, bro, shit's about to go down.
Oh yeah, it's about to go down.
But I appreciate you, bro. I like what you're doing, man. You about the first level-headed dude I done seen on here. So I appreciate that, bro. I really do, because we just gotta wake up, man, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take some discernment, and it takes us not being so angry. And I see that's what our problem is. I think because we all trying to find out the truth, we angry about what we find out. Now you just got to take that with a grain of salt and just be blessed that you find that information and just grow. Don't let the enemy see you. Don't let him get you riled up. Just move in silence, because that's how we get it back.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
I appreciate it, bro, man. Thank you, man, for letting me come up.
No problem, bro. Go to that website if you want to tap in with us.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do that, man, bro. Thanks.
All right, peace.
Joshua Emmanuel is a character. He's a false prophet for prophets. He's known in that Bible, basic instructions before you leave the earth, that he stole power from Gabriel, the angel with the halo, the Messiah, the true Messiah.
You know, when they do that, y'all, they gonna be hell. What's up, brother man? Peace, peace. If you think I came up here for somebody to teach me, you are sadly mistaken. I find a teacher and I'll go to him. If I wouldn't come on here and say teach me, not me. Billy, you up here, bro? I'm finna. All right.
What's going on?
What's up?
Oh, nothing. Just seeing what we talking about. I have a brother. Well, as far as I'm concerned, as far as me, I was following a Hebrew Israelite camp. I didn't join because, as far as my personality, I just can't follow no man, and I can't be under somebody's command. So I just couldn't do it. But I learned a lot from different camps. And I have a lot of friends from different camps. Captain Cesariak, from FOP, brother, these names I can't remember too much. But I would learn from them, but I couldn't follow any camp. I started studying with some brothers around my way, and one of them came to your camp, and he's on a lot of your when you talk, he's on the platform a lot. I don't know what he goes by, but I used to call him Ra. He's from California.
Oh, Zamar.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So you saying you studied with Zamar?
Yeah. When like I said, I was following the Hebrew Israelite camps a lot, and we got into a study group, and he was one of the brothers, and I'm not gonna put his business out anyway. We were all studying together, but I fell back from it. And after a while, he fell back because he had a lot of stuff going on in his life, like following the camp and following somebody in the camp. He had a lot of stuff go on, but I kept in contact with him, and we talked. And he told me a brother that we were studying with. He was like, "Hey, man, he might be going crazy because he studied with someone that called himself Christ and this and that." So I was like, well, that's what you say. Let me go to my brother, see how he's doing mental wise, and let me see what he's into. And he is a guest. He is a brother of yours. He's always on the panel. And he tried to get me to see some stuff, and I was like, wow, it opened up my eyes. But at the same time, I was just like, I don't know. So, but he's still my brother because his belief is his belief. I'm still searching. So every once in a while, I come up on this panel. I see you debating people. Like I seen you debate. I don't know if it was Captain Tazariot, but I seen you debate a couple of Hebrew Israelite brothers, and I see that you were trying to explain yourself, and a lot of people wouldn't let you talk. They would ask you questions, and then when you would try to explain, they would cut you off. Like I really couldn't get the understanding because you was getting cut off so much. And it wasn't more of a build, it was more of trying to make you look like an idiot.
Well, yeah, because
But I see
you have to, you have to do that to the one that has, the truth. I don't say that like because if I didn't have the truth, they'll be able to use their doctrine to defeat me, but they can't use their doctrine. So they got to make me look like an idiot or make me sound stupid rather than in decency and in order have a decent conversation because they supposed to be men of God. They shouldn't even be acting like that. But yeah.
well, like I said, they was trying to make you look a certain way. They was trying to make you look like you was an idiot, and I seen that. I read between the lines. Like they would ask you a question when you try to explain, they'll try to cut you off, and then with you being with the little group you was with, and then being with a big group with the microphone being loud over you, it just didn't make sense. It just I was like, damn, I can't even get no kind of understanding because what my brother when he started dealing with you, I was like, man, this is cold. He's saying he Christ. I gotta really find out. I gotta really do some research. So when I did, and I came across some videos, I was like, damn, I can't even get to where he's going because they're trying to make him look like an idiot. They're talking over him. So I was like, man, really can't really get no understanding. As far as me up here now, I see you, and I'm just wondering, what is your teachings now that I'm here with you and I'm talking with you? I'm wondering, what is your teachings? Why do you believe? What do you believe? What you believe. I see you saying that you're. I don't want to misquote you, or I don't want to say nothing wrong. But from what I feel like, and from my understanding, you're saying that you are the Christ, and you're, that you are Christ. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay, so with you saying that you are Christ, why do you say that you are Christ? I just want understanding. I'm not trying to debate you. I just want understanding.
Well, correct. Yeah. So I'm Christ because God has anointed me to be the high priest and to liberate the people, to bring them back to the Father. That's my anointment. That's the gift I have been given.
Okay. So with that being said, can anybody else be Christ? Or are you just saying that the Most High anointed you and you are the Christ and nobody else can be?
Yeah, nobody else can be Christ because Christ is the firstborn of many brethren. He's not the only born, but he is the only begotten. Because God don't procreate everybody. God procreates Christ. And Christ gives out what has been given to him by God. That's the order of God. So this is simply why everybody can't be Christ, because Christ is the firstborn. Like Moses. Moses represented the Christ. Aaron wasn't Christ. God used Aaron, but Aaron wasn't Moses. Moses was the firstborn. So it's just the order of God. It's almost like you can't have two number ones. Somebody got to come first, and then after that, the other ones come. So, but there's only one Christ at a time.
Okay. Oh, okay. At a time. So you're saying you're Christ in this time, but the Christ that we follow in the Bible that died on the cross, that was that Christ. but you are this Christ now. Is that what you're saying?
No, the Christ that died in the Bible is a foreshadow of my story. And the colonizers took the story, my story, and colonized it and said it happened 2,000 years ago. Now the story is happening. We have an artificial intelligence of it. So we are fighting with the real with our artificial intelligence. So the 2,000-year-old character ain't real. Christ is here right now in 2024.
Okay, so when it comes to the Bible, whichever one it was, 1611, there's so many different Bibles. There's so many different stories. So with that being said, you're putting yourself as the main Christ. The main Christ. Like when we read the Bible and we read the Christ story, that's not you. That was a lie. But
No, that's a foreshadow. No, it's a vision. It's a foreshadow of what's going to take place at God appointed time. See, God appointed time was foreseen, which was the last days. That's what Moses wrote about. Moses wrote about the last days. That's why in Genesis in 49 it talk about the last days, because that's what Moses' writings is about.
right.
But we have been colonized to believe that Moses' writings is history when they are for the last days. So when you read about Christ, you are reading about what Christ's gonna do at God appointed time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why Moses wrote about the appointed feast days. Christ brings the feast days. Man can't put the feast days of God on the barbecue grill, and he can't get them from the stove. But all these things, you know, we have the artificial intelligence of it, and not the actual intelligence of it.
Okay, now mind you, I'm not trying to debate you or question you.
Yeah, it's cool.
Even though I just did, but I'm here to get learning and understanding. So with you saying that, when we look at the history, because when I was studying under the Hebrew Israelites, they were making me study, they was revealing stuff to me, right? And but with me, I was like, I got to study more of it. I got to study the history around it. So when I studied the history around it and the dates and the times, when I look at the Quran and when I look at the Bible and when I look at Kemet, it seems like it's a copy, but it's like man altering it. And when I look at the Bible, it's like with Kemet, it's like kind of the same thing, but it's altered. And then when I go into Samaria, it's like an altar of everything. It's an altar of everything. And when my common sense, it's like, okay, well, it's all a story, but it's remixed when it goes to Samaria, Kemet, the Bible, Quran. And when I look at other religions, they have other religions that's kind of close, but not. You got Buddhists. They believe in more of karma. And then you got Singh. You got all these different religions. So what makes this one the right one if it's a remix of Kemet, Samaria, and then you have all these other religions? Because when you go into the Bible and it says God or this or that, but when you go into the Greek or the translation, it's like gods. You have a jealous God. You have a God that's playing with the Israelite people. You have a God that gives commandments that he already knows nobody can follow. And you have a punishment. Like, I don't want to go too long. I'll let you.
Yeah. That's why I say it's about the work of God and not the religion of God. Religion is to deceive you from doing the work. And so
what's the difference though? What's the difference with religion?
God, it says God is known by the judgment he executes.
Okay.
That's what the scriptures say. God is known by the judgments he executes. Not by the scriptures or the teachings he brings. That's why I say the harvest is plenty, the workers are few. Everybody's doing the devil work, which is teaching lies. Nobody's doing the work of God, which is liberating the people. restoring the people, restoration. Nobody is doing that. That's the work of God. So I don't have a religion. I have the work that we have to do. I have the plan that we have to set up. I have the judgment that we have to execute. The plan is the saints gonna judge the world and take the kingdom. That's the plan. Everything in the Bible is about a appointed time is when God created a table in the midst of your enemies, which is gonna be the food for thought. When you sit down at this table, your mind is gonna be renewed. You're gonna find heaven within. This is how heaven comes down on earth, because the kingdom is within you. But you can't find this kingdom because you don't have the food for thought. But once you accept the food for thought, it brings you to remembrance. And once you get that remembrance, that's how the kingdom is on earth. So, but you have to come to this table. But the religion or the teachings or the counsels is stopping you from coming to the table. That's why I say what? The scribes and Pharisees shut the door to the kingdom of heaven. Christ is the door. Because Christ is the one that's sitting at the table, the Last Supper. But don't nobody come to Christ's table.
Knowledge?
Huh?
How did you come? I'm sorry for cutting you off. How did you come into this knowledge, though? Because what you're saying is it's not the book. It's this, it's that. But how did you come into this knowledge without reading the book?
Well, that's why I say it's God given. Like God gave me the insight. The book is just what I do. So when I read the book, I'm reading what I'm doing. So that's why the book didn't teach me. I received the spirit. You can call it whatever.
You said you're reading what you're doing.
Huh?
You said you're reading what you're doing.
Correct.
So you come into your knowledge because you're reading a book, but you're saying, okay, I'm reading this book, but this is what I'm doing. So you come into the knowledge from the book.
No. The book, that's why don't nobody have knowledge, because the book don't give you knowledge. The book is something that you have to fulfill if you have been given the energy of God. It's like you can say spirit or you can say energy. So when you have the spirit, you have the power to do the will. When you don't have the spirit, you can't do the will. So that's why I say I come in the volume of the book to do thy will. So I come in the fulfillment of the book. That's why the book don't teach me. So that's why I'm the only one that can teach it, because I'm showing you my actions. Everybody else giving you their private interpretation, which is their thoughts. Your thoughts and me and your thoughts, they both private. But if I got a fulfillment of the scriptures, you can see these things. So it's not private. It's open for all to see.
Okay, so if somebody's reading the book, right? If somebody's reading the book and they follow the book, that's what you would call religion, correct? If someone's reading the book and following it, you would call that religion, right?
Well, I call it following the book.
No, I'm saying if they're reading the book and they're following the book because they're reading it and they comprehend with the book to their life, and they take it and they take the book and they follow the scriptures, they follow the law, that's a religion, right?
No, religion or practices that you do.
Yeah, the religion, the reading and the practices, right?
Like reading a book and following that, you just reading a book and following your mind. You lean into your thoughts.
Okay. Well, if you're reading a book and you're following in it and you're teaching people about this book and about these laws, then that becomes a religion, correct? If you're teaching.
The only way, if you teaching them practice, like the Hebrew Israelites is a religion, not because they just read the book, because they all wear fringes. That's a practice.
Well, look. This is what I'm saying. If you read the book and you follow the book and you teach it, that's like Hebrew Israelites, right? It becomes a religion, right? Because they're reading, they're understanding what they understand, and they're teaching people. So it becomes a religion, correct?
If you put it that way, but religion is simply traditions. Religion is not just reading a book.
Okay.
Religion is you following the traditions that the teacher creates. I haven't created no tradition. I see what
Okay.
you're trying to
I'm
say.
not. I'm not talking about you though. I'm talking about them. If they're reading a book, they're following the laws of the book, and they're teaching, it becomes a religion for them, right?
So that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah,
Or
if
a
they
tradition.
if they
Because
teaching,
they say, oh, this is not a tradition. This is our no. This is not a religion. This is the tradition of our people.
you can't do
So,
that because the
huh?
people didn't teach you the tradition. The tradition that you are teaching is your imagination. Like the Bible say,
The
God will cause us
Israelites
to get out.
are they well, okay, well then
That's what I'm saying.
the Hebrew
I'm
Israelites
gonna say this.
are they a religion, or are they doing tradition?
They're a religion
Okay,
because
they're a religion because they're following a book with laws and statutes and commandments,
no, the
and they're
book.
teaching people from a book. So it's their religion, right? It's not their, because they would say this ain't no religion. This is our tradition.
They're not following the law. The law comes from the mouth.
They're following an idol. So that's what becomes a religion once you incorporate an idol. So they're waiting on Christ, but teaching you about Christ, but they don't know Christ. So
So
they're
that's
giving
what
you
I'm saying. They're following. They're like making it into a religion. They're saying that this is our culture, but they're making it into a religion, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So, with that being said, the difference between them and you is that you're saying you are Christ, and this is, and what you're teaching people from, you're saying don't follow them or whatever because this is that, but I am Christ and this is what it is. So it's almost like you're starting a new religion. You're starting a new following,
We're starting a new government.
a government. Okay, a
We're
new
not telling
government.
we're not telling people to come to a place and come wear fringes and come listen to us read the Bible.
Uh
That's
huh.
about nation building, which is what Christ is supposed to be doing.
Okay.
That's why I
Okay.
told you the saints gonna judge the world and take
Hmm.
the kingdom. The saints not gonna teach a book and waiting for Christ to come out of the sky. That's not what the saints gonna do. The saints gonna gather with Christ to judge the world because Christ gonna be on earth calling them as the high priest that God has raised up. That's what Christ is, a high priest who God raised up. That's in the law. So this is what I say when I say they're not following the law. Moses said God gonna raise up another prophet from among the brothers and put the words
Okay.
in his mouth. God didn't say He's gonna bring nobody out of the sky. That's not in the law. So if you
Mhm.
teaching somebody that's in the sky, you teaching the religious doctrine of the traditions of man. Because Moses gave us the traditions of God, but Moses was talking to God. We're reading the book. So that's like
Okay.
if I'm talking to God, I'm writing down what God giving me, and then I give you what I wrote down. That don't mean you know.
Right.
It's because you weren't
Okay.
talking to God. But we don't hear that standpoint because we got Moses' writings, but we ain't talking to God. But we think because we got Moses' writings, we talking to God. That's the artificial intelligence or the AKA darkness that we are
Mhm.
in. You know, so I
Okay.
don't come
So
saying these things.
okay. So your knowledge, your knowledge is not from the book. You're saying your knowledge is from the Most High,
Correct.
and you're here to deter people from the Bible and to follow you. Correct?
No, the Bible is being fulfilled.
Okay. The Bible's being fulfilled, but aren't you trying to defer people from the Bible to follow you?
No, they gonna follow God.
Okay. You're gonna follow God, but
That's right.
you're not, because when you're saying you're the Christ, because everybody, in Christianity, they follow Christ, but now you're saying you're the Christ, so you're trying to get people away from that to follow you, correct?
Brother,
You don't reject me. You reject the one who what? Who
No,
sent me, right?
I'm
Hold on.
asking that question.
Oh, no,
Remember,
no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
here to debate you.
no. I
I'm
know.
here to
No,
learn.
no. Okay, this is my standpoint then.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
You don't reject me. You reject the one who sent me. So if you
Okay.
accept me, you don't accept me. You accept the one who sent me. This is how these things go. So the
Okay.
same way as
Got you.
if
Got
the
you.
same way as if you reject me, you're not rejecting me. You're rejecting the one that sent me. So
Okay.
if you accept me, you're not just accepting me, you're accepting the one that sent me.
Thank you.
This is
So
how
if
these
I
things go.
accept, yeah. So if I accept you, say I accept you right now.
Then
I
you
accept
accepting
you right
God.
now,
Yeah,
and the one that sent you, because if I accept you, then I accept the one that sent you.
correct.
Who is the one that sent you? Where do I find the knowledge from that person that sent you? Through you, right?
Correct.
Okay, tell me about the one that sent you. How am I supposed to know? Am I supposed to believe you? How am I supposed to know? I want to know about the person that sent you.
Brother, just like Christ told Peter, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you, but my Father in heaven. So even God reveals to people who God
Mhm.
have chosen. It's in the book. Christ is seen by witnesses who God chose. That's why I say, bless those who have the eyes to see what and the ears to hear. Because those who are blessed by God gonna see the one that's talking and they gonna hear the one that's talking because of the blessing that God gave them.
You're going back to the Bible.
I'm not going
I
back to
want
the
to know.
Bible.
I
I'm
want to
going back to the
know.
basic.
I
No,
want
stop,
to know
stop.
about the
Hold on.
person that
Brother,
sent
brother,
you.
brother. I'm going
Okay.
back to the basic instructions because
Okay.
you are in the basic instructions, so you must understand the basic instructions. They basic. So the basic instructions is bless those who are gonna be blessed will see and hear Christ. I'm not gonna have to tell you. I just gotta show up. And if I show up, those who are blessed, they will hear and see. That's why I don't convince people. I don't have to trick people. I don't have to lure people in. I don't
Right.
do no tricks. I tell the
Right.
truth. And those who have the blessing of God, as it tell you at the new covenant, what God gonna do? God gonna write in your inward parts. So if it's in you, when I speak, you will hear. If it's
Okay.
in you, when I speak, you will see.
Got another question for you. So, how do I get? Is there a salvation? And if there is, how do I get it?
As it tell you in Deuteronomy 28, if
No,
you
we're not
accept the
going to the
voice,
Bible. I'm going to you.
yeah, the voice.
But you said, as it does in Deuteronomy 28, you said the Most High. If I go through you, I'm going through the Most High. But you're going back to the Bible. You already. We don't need the Bible now.
Brother, it's called clarity, man. You can't tell me how to give clarity. You can only listen to
Well,
the clarity and
okay, I
receive
can't
it.
tell you how to give clarity, but at the same time, you're saying that people in the Bible, the scripture, they're not doing it right. I get my information from the Most High.
Stop. That's what I'm saying. Y'all accept what you hear, either spit it out or take it in. But don't critique what you hear. You see what I'm
Okay,
saying?
my
Don't
bad,
hey,
my
hold on,
bad. If I
listen,
said
bro.
something wrong, I'm here. Remember, I'm
Listen.
here to learn. If
I
I
know.
said
So,
something wrong, my bad.
listen. When somebody is here to learn,
Hmm.
they listen and they
Okay,
take it in or they don't. They don't never critique what a person is saying because you don't really
got
know
you,
what I'm
got you.
saying.
You're
You're trying
right.
to
You're
grasp what
right.
I'm saying.
Okay, I'm
You know what I'm saying?
sorry.
Because
You're
I'm not
right. You're right.
saying the stuff you. I'm not saying what you're saying. I'm only giving you clarity because you are already in the Bible.
And
So
I asked you
okay,
a
so
question,
listen,
and
hold up, just
you
listen,
were
bro,
answering it. My bad.
listen. You can't stop me from not using the Bible because you're in the Bible. So I gotta go in the Bible to get you out. You can't come out the Bible until I get
Yeah,
you out the Bible.
that's why I said
Because
my
the
bad.
Bible is the water. That's why
Okay.
I'm a fisherman to get my people out of the water down information. The Bible is not the factual information because if it was so factual, we all have the facts. So the Bible can't be the facts because we all got it and we still don't have the facts. So the Bible is the watered down version of what's actually taking place.
Okay, so before I rudely interrupted you, can you answer my question again? With the Bible or without it? It don't matter. Can you answer my question again?
And what was your question?
Damn, I thought you knew. Okay, look.
Oh, okay. You know, what you
If,
have me say?
if
How do you gain salvation?
yeah, okay, the salvation. If
Correct.
if 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 I am to follow you, and to follow you is to follow the Most High.
Well, I don't.
How do I gain salvation?
Salvation is being saved from the watered down information. My information is a rod. That's why it says, I don't know if you're familiar with the scripture in Isaiah where it says Christ gonna strike the earth with the rod that's in his mouth.
Okay.
So the rod is the fishing rod. My fishing rod is my words that come from my mouth. The words
Okay.
that come from my mouth pull you out of the waters. That's why people gonna give thanks. They're not gonna follow me like everywhere I go, they go. That's not how you follow Christ. You follow Christ by accepting the words that come out of his mouth because his words are spirit. God is spirit. So if you accept my word, you accepted my rod, you accepted the salvation, you were pulled out of the waters, and you accept God, and now you are set free. So
So
that's how you
so
receive the salvation.
my salvation is pretty much accepting you as Christ, accepting you as the Word.
Correct.
My salvation is through you.
Correct.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Because whoever you could take me out the picture. Whoever pull you out of this watered down information, that's the one. That's your savior. That's the one that brought you salvation. That's why we have the Ark of the Covenant. And then that's why it also says in Revelation, it says the serpent, the devil opened his mouth as a flood. So we are being flooded with false information.
So was Christ in the Bible with the false information of the Bible? Was Christ a perfect man
There's
in
no
the
one
Bible?
perfect. There's no one perfect but the Father.
Okay, was Christ wasn't perfect. He was on the earth,
Christ
right? He
Christ is
was he was
without.
he was God in flesh. Was he God?
I don't know. You breaking up real
Was
bad.
he okay? Was Christ the Most High in flesh on the earth?
Correct.
Can you hear me?
So was Moses. So was Noah. Moses
Oh,
and
he
Noah was
was.
the
He
same
was.
example. Yeah.
Okay, Christ was Most High, but he was in flesh on earth, correct?
Yeah. Christ was the
Correct.
Word made flesh. Christ was the Word made flesh, just as Moses was the Word made flesh.
If his flesh, he was on the earth, and was he perfect?
No one is perfect but God. Christ
Because you
was
said no
spotless
man
because
is
he was
perfect. You
God.
said no man is perfect.
That's why I say the
Hold
Father is
on,
perfect.
what'd you say?
The Father is the perfect one.
Okay, but I'm saying he was the Father in flesh
Christ
on
came from the
earth, so
dead.
Christ wasn't perfect,
Christ came from the
huh?
dead. Christ came from the dead.
Regardless if he came from the dead or not, wasn't he the Most High God in flesh on earth?
The Spirit descended upon him. This is something
Okay,
that when you talk about perfection, is Christ had no blemish. He had no blemish because God anointed him to not have a
okay,
blemish. This is why so
right,
Christ was a regular man like me and you. He did everything you did.
right.
Now, of
That's what
course, he
I'm.
did.
That's what I'm asking.
Oh yeah. But even the scripture says it say God's gonna be in the
That's
likeness of a sinful flesh. I don't know. You
okay.
got real
So
bad
with
parents.
that being said, huh?
Your server's breaking up real bad.
With that being said, you say you say that you're Christ, right? Are you perfect or no?
Yeah, I have no blemishes, bro.
Okay. 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 I'm not gonna dispute that. I'm not going to try to debate that. That's what you said. Okay. I'm
No
just
blemishes, bro.
remember
No
these questions
blemishes.
that I ask you. Hey, remember. Hold on. The questions that I ask you, remember, I'm not trying to bait you. I'm just trying to find out information.
Hey, bro. I deal with it on a daily
So,
basis. Bro. You can't hurt my feelings at all, man. So yeah, I appreciate you coming up. Appreciate the questions. No problem.
yeah. Yeah, I'll kick back. I'll let somebody else come up. I want to come back up, but I want to give other people a chance. I just don't want to, hog the scene.
Okay, brother. I'll give you a follow, man. Peace to you. You're welcome anytime, bro.
Thank you, loved one.
All right, peace, peace. Nobody. Nigga stupid, man. It's good, man. What's going on? 12:11. Sure, I should watch Jerry Springer. Huh? What?
Yo, no.
Oh yeah. What's going on, brother? Peace, peace.
So, help me understand this question. Nobody can teach the Bible except the Christ.
Because the Bible is a vision that has to be fulfilled. So because this vision has to be fulfilled, you can't teach it. You got to fulfill it.
So, every pastor and deacon, every person that spoke about the Bible wasn't
Yeah,
Christ. Is that
every
what you're
man be a
saying?
liar.
Wasn't Christ-like or something?
What you said? What you
Oh no,
said?
that was it. I said
Well,
that was
I'm
it.
saying the Bible say let every man be a liar. So yeah, every pastor's a liar. The devil deceived the whole world. That's why we're waiting on Christ to come back and tell us the truth. That's the whole point of us waiting for Christ. That's the whole point of the battle is not yours. Like we're not even supposed to go out and fight the devil without Christ. So these things it shows you how just as the Bible is written, it's happening. Everybody is lying. Everybody is deceived. We waiting for Christ to bring the truth, the way, and the light. Your pastor not the truth, the way, and the light. The Bible not the truth, the way, and the light. That's Christ. But everybody is speaking as if they have the way. They speaking as if they have the truth, and they speaking as if they have the light. Those are the antichrists that's in the world. The Bible talk about them.
Okay, that's all the questions I had. But yeah, you made me understand it differently than I don't know. I should have been asked you that question like a day ago.
Okay. Okay. That's what's up, bro. That's what we here for, man.
Yeah,
Open your
that's all I
mind,
had.
look at it from a different angle. And like I said, be enlightened about it, not in deception. Yeah.
For sure. Thank you.
All right, peace, peace. Mm.
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's going on?
First off, let me tell you this, bro. I respect you because you stand on whatever you standing on. You feel me? But a lot of things that you standing on stories, man. You standing on stories. You ain't no Christ, bro. Saw that, right? I'm not. You don't even can you even? My reflection. First off, let me ask you this: who are those people in the background? That's just my hair. Okay.
First, you gotta turn that whatever that is off.
Hold on, I need to watch. There you go. It's off, buddy. Who are those people in the background? And if you say you never had a blemish, what's that smoke coming from? Let me tell you, bro. I've been doing this shit for years.
Stop, bro.
I'll stop. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Who are those people in the background?
These are Ethiopian royals that's connected to the David lineage that the Bible talks about. So when people think I'm up here just quoting stories, I can show them real historical facts. And at the same time,
I see an
Indian, I say historical facts. Now it's mighty funny. It's mighty funny. These people right here look like Indians, don't they? No, they look like Indians.
Yeah, I know. They look like my people.
Yeah. Now these are Ethiopian royals where the throne of David is located, where the Solomonic dynasty come from. Now, when people pick up the Bible, they don't mention these people. But when I pick up the Bible, I mention these people. So I must not be following stories. I must be connected to some real history.
You are following stories, bro. You are following stories. Because let me tell you, it's three ways to look at the Bible. Go ahead.
Why you didn't know these people then if I'm following stories?
You don't know who I know.
Well, who are these
because
people?
These people... Give me some names. Give me some names, bro. Give me some names. Name one person. Name one person. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this, bro. Let's not. I know exactly what you're doing. You feel me?
How the hell you gonna tell me to name the people? I put them up here. I would be a fool if I didn't know none of the names and I put it up here. Let's be real, bro. Don't play them games. Don't play them. You give me a name. You know, I've been posting these people for years now. So you give me a name. And y'all lost y'all damn mind, bro. Y'all really done lost. Mind's a terrible thing to lose, and y'all done damn lost it. Y'all done really lost it, man. He literally gonna tell me to name one, but he can't give a name. You on mute, bro. Tedros, Menelik. I just gave you two. Tedros, which was also called Theodore, which also his real name was Kasa. He was an Amorah. His throne name was Tedros II. So come on mute, bro. I gave you two names. Tedros and Menelik. You next. Go ahead. Come off mute.
I didn't even mute myself. Give me the bibliography of these people, sir. Give me the bibliography of these people. You going off of, let me tell you what you're going off of. You are going off of what you read, bro. You don't.
Bro, I'm not. I've been on here too long to go back and forth with you. I muted you again. Give us a name or you can get off the panel. You got two options. Come off mute and I muted you again. So give me a name.
Listen. I don't know not now name. I don't know not now name on that background, bro. I'm asking you because you always say what I lied about. What I lied about, fam. Listen. The only thing I'm saying, bro, you don't know the history of these people, bro. You feel me? Let me tell you. I don't know every single face on there.
I can't do it right now, y'all. I've been on here too long. They ain't gonna do nothing make me say, man, you know what, y'all? I'll catch y'all tomorrow.
What's going on?
How you gonna try to tell somebody something you don't know about it? What's up, brother, man? Peace.
I just have a question.
I really don't understand the Christ concept, because Christ is a consciousness. It's not necessarily, it's a title. It's a it's a it's a spiritual mindset. It's a level to where you got to get to. So like, how are you defining the word Christ?
Christ is the high priest of the people. Christ is the high priest for the leaders. So when you think Christ is just a consciousness, that's another misconception.
Okay, so second question. If you recognize Christ as a Hebrew man, right? If you recognize Christ as a Hebrew man, why not use the name Yahshua instead of Jew or Judah?
Say it again.
I said, why, if you recognize Christ as a Hebrew man, do you not use the name Yahshua instead of Jew or Judah? Because letter J is not in the Hebrew alphabet at all. It's in the Yiddish alphabet, but it's not in the Hebrew alphabet at all. And yes, there are some Hebrews that are connected to Ethiopia, but it's like 28% today, up to date, modern day. It's like 28% now, because the lineage of David only goes back through his grandchildren, I want to say 14 years.
Brother, man.
I might be off a little bit, but only.
So where does the lineage of David come from?
The lineage of David started, in Jerusalem. But
Hold up, brother.
remember Israel.
Slow down. Jerusalem is a people.
Jerusalem is a land as well as a people.
No. Jerusalem was put on a map by the Roman Catholic Church.
I'm not going to sit here and debate with you. Israel was a person.
These are facts.
I can prove to you that Jerusalem is a place, as well as I can prove that Israel was a person before it was a place.
So where is the New Jerusalem?
The New Jerusalem, there is no such thing as the New Jerusalem. There's only one Jerusalem. There's only one Jerusalem.
Okay, so when the Bible says the New Jerusalem comes down from heaven, what does that mean?
That is a metaphor saying that for the chosen people who do come into Christ's bosom, that means that there will be a new homeland, that God will select a chosen place, and he will call it the New Jerusalem. There's this movement that's been going around for the last 30, 40 years with the Hebrew Israelites, and them proclaiming, these different things about God, and at the same time reading from the text that was doctored by King James. So I'm kind of confused on the facts when in order for you to really know the true word of God, you have to read every text. That means the Talmud, that means the Torah.
Hey, bro.
That means the Bible.
Bro, look. The only way through God is through who?
Through self.
So you don't believe the Bible?
No, I believe in the Bible.
Okay.
We are the essence of God.
Brother, with the buts. Just hear this part. So when the Bible say the only way through God is through the Son, what does that mean?
Because
That means
The Bible don't say so. So the Son is yourself.
yeah, you are a son.
Okay,
Just like your wife,
okay.
just
You,
like
you
your
brother
wife is
man,
a
brother.
daughter of Christ. I am a son of Christ.
So you telling me Peter went through himself or Peter went through Christ?
No, Peter walked with Christ, so he couldn't go through Christ. He was cleansed by Christ, but he
But
was not. He didn't. He was not
hold
of
on. Okay.
Christ.
So why Peter wasn't Christ then? You Christ, so why Peter wasn't Christ?
No, no, no. When you become a when okay, how can I let me explain this a little different. When you get to a certain level, like say we gonna use school, college as an example. When you get to a certain grade level, right? You know what I'm saying? You gain a certain title, a senior, junior, you know, a sophomore, that type of thing, right? So when you get to the level of the word Christ, when you get to that Christ level, that means you're at a master level. You're at a master level.
Hey, bro. I know you caught up with Christ as a consciousness. Christ wasn't a consciousness in the Bible, so Christ ain't never a conscious. You can't add or take away from the scriptures. So it's nowhere in the scriptures where Christ became a consciousness.
Actually there is. Actually there is.
Christ
In
is,
Revelations, when it
bro.
speaks of the resurrection, when it speaks of the resurrection, and
You think I'm just gonna keep listening to you, bro? Without no conversation? You think I really came up here just to listen to you and not have a conversation? You sadly mistaken. You are sadly mistaken. You know, so that's not about how to go, bro. And I know Christ ain't a consciousness. Christ is a high priest. A high priest is not a consciousness everybody attain. Christ is also a position. It's not a consciousness, bro. And we proved that. That's why Peter wasn't Christ. The disciples wasn't Christ. So if you're going to come off your mic and have a conversation, you can keep your teachings for your panel or your students or your audience, you know, but nah, your teachings is not for me. Go down there. He's still running his mouth. Still bumping his gums. Christ a consciousness. But then you're going to Peter wasn't Christ. I know he wasn't Christ because it ain't a consciousness. Why Moses ain't had a consciousness? Y'all, I ain't really got no 0-0 following. I tried to let you up earlier, Billy. Let's see what Billy talking about. Yeah. Huh? I ain't got nobody trying to come up, man. Well, y'all, that might conclude the live for the day. Unless I got some new people that might want to come up and ask some questions. But at the end of the day, y'all, like I say, man, we starting the government, y'all. We are starting the government, and that will provide for our people. We are not here giving you religion. We're getting our people out of religion. That's why you might hear scriptures. You might hear us coming out the Bible. Because we're getting our people out of the waters. So these things, y'all, we have to understand when you hear us speak. A lot of people try to put us in a box. A lot of people put us in a category with people we don't belong in categories with. You know, sometimes y'all Muslim, y'all Hebrews, you Christians, you believe it. We're not none of that. We are liberators for our people. We are revolutionary fighters for our people. We are soldiers for God. We are here for the revolution that's going to bring solutions for our people. That's what we are here doing. You know, so don't get us mixed up when you hear us talking about the Bible. We want you to, hey, Christ here, so come kiss his feet. It's not what this is about, y'all. You know, we really here with liberation for our people. And it starts with the changing of the mind. Just like to go into heaven, your mind has to be renewed. Your mind has to be renewed. It's just that simple. Ain't no revolution or liberation. Well, you can say that, bro. You know, you can say that. You can say those things, but guess what? One is here, and you might not just be a part of it, but it's here. But with that being said, y'all, vote for Niggas Kingdom. They go to the website. We got a petition, got a declaration. All these things are on the table to help us move forward with building this new kingdom, y'all. So hear the message. And as always, I hope the Father has circumcised y'all hearts and ears for the message.